By the right of the council, by the will of the Force, welcome back into another episode of Jedi Talk. I am your co-host, Tom Oakrey, and joined, as always, by... Not Evan today, that's alright. He's over at Oga's doing his thing. But joined by the legendary, the incomparable, the honorable, and one of my best friends, Brad Hughes. Brad, how the hell are you today?
It's been a rough day.
Yes, it has for you.
It's been it's been a rough one. But other than that, I'm doing good.
All right, good. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah, people who have followed me on Instagram may have seen earlier that I'm going to try so hard not to cry, man. A friend of mine named Mike Hall, who was at one point the manager of the Comedy Zone in Charlotte when I worked there. Remember a few weeks ago we talked about the podcast?
Sure.
He's the one that called me.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
He's the one. That's the last I heard from him. And I actually have a voicemail from him that I found from July 14th was the last phone call we had. And I saved it. And so, but he passed away. And from what I understand, he passed away in his sleep due to a heart attack. And yeah, he's no longer with us. And you know what's weird is I cried harder than when he, like, so me and Mike were close. We weren't like you and me close. We weren't like, we don't speak every day, but like,
right.
We became a lot closer over the years. Like I said, he was my manager at one point, and we had that like, at times adversarial relationship.
Sure.
But once I stopped working there and moved, really is when we became close. And he would come hang out with me for a few days at a time, and we'd go to Disney, and I took him to Pandora for the first time.
Oh, nice.
I don't think he got to see Galaxy's Edge, if I remember right. I think he was excited about coming to see it. But, I didn't realize how hard it was going to hit me until it hit me. And then last night I was a mess, man. I cried for an hour straight, and I got no sleep. And I'm trying really hard not to cry right now. But they're doing a storyteller. I don't have the details yet, but they're going to do at some point a storytelling show at the Comedy Zone in his memory. And I'm going to go up to North Carolina.
Hell yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go up to North Carolina for that. I don't know if I'm going to tell stories, but I will tell a story here. And it's one of the reasons I am smoking a cigar tonight was because the first time, I love cigars. Mike's the guy that got me into cigars. And in fact, the first time I ever smoked a cigar was with Mike Hall and Bill Burr.
The Bill Burr?
The Bill Burr.
The infamous Bill Burr.
Of
the Mandalorian fame.
And
nothing else.
Nothing else. He's a hack other than that. No, I'm just kidding. Bill Burr's
the man.
He's my number one. Like contemporary. For me, it goes Carlin, Burr, Rogan.
Okay.
Those are my
That's
all-time
solid-ass list.
Those are my all-time three favorite. And I just don't think anybody can top Carlin. I could talk about this for hours. I love comedy. But I think he's like our Carlin. I think him and Rogan are like our generation's Carlin. But yeah, it was the first time I ever smoked a cigar, and the funny part of the story was Mike forgot a cigar cutter, and so we had to like saw into them with like his key to his car.
Start of a good story right there.
And it was just weird, but I can't believe I made it through crying. I honestly think I'm out of tears.
Yeah,
dude, man.
Look, I could see the raw emotion on your face. You and I were talking earlier. I woke up, your text was the first one I saw, so obviously it grabbed me, and I could just feel your passion and your emotion through the text, just knowing who you are, that you wouldn't just do this for really anybody. Mike obviously meant something to you.
He was a good dude.
This episode is for him.
Yeah, 100%.
This episode's for him.
I don't know what's going to happen with the comedy festival. Like, I don't care.
No,
I don't care anymore.
Beyond,
but I just
like so low on the.
Yeah, I mean, what's weird too is like this is I haven't told anyone else this. I don't even think I've told Holly this, but when I first found out he died, for some reason, my instinct was to call his phone, and I called his phone. Almost like no,
yeah,
this
isn't
that's
real.
not real.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Did it just?
It just rang.
That's freaking me out just fucking thinking about that.
I don't know why I did it. Like, I don't know what that...
It was probably like a fight or flight. Just kind of like a, no, this ain't real. I gotta know.
Yeah. I called him, and I heard his voicemail, and that's what got me into tears. Because at first I was like, what? No. Because it was like Ben Jones, the comic that I found it out from, commented and like tagged him on Facebook. and it said Michael Hall, and I don't call him Michael.
Right.
I mean, it's like I'm Brad, and I'll go by Bradley Hughes. But he's also one of the 3 people that called me Bradley. It was him, Holly, and my mom called me Bradley, and that's it. And yeah, fuck, dude. It's just it's hard when someone dies out of nowhere. It's just wasn't expecting it. I was supposed to see him in like a week or two. His friend that I called, they had just seen each other in Charleston over the weekend, like 2 weeks ago, I think. And yeah, it's a rough one. But this episode's for Mike. I love you, dude. I know you're wherever you are. I don't know if they have Spotify in heaven. But it's for you, bud. I love you, man. You're the best. You were always good to me. He always encouraged me. He always believed in me as a comic, and was a friend. Always asked about the kids. Another story I have of Mike is one random night I get a text from him, and it just goes, "Guess who I saw?" And then I was like, "What?" And it was just a picture of him and my mom. And I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And it turned out because Mike did charity events all throughout the city, like any charity in Charlotte, he was in the middle of and was putting it together. I mean, for Christ's sake, the local news did a story about it.
That's right. You shared with me earlier.
In Charlotte,
My God.
They did a story about him. He was a great guy.
A huge impact on the community.
Is your microphone backwards?
Is it? No.
There it is.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh my God. What the Christ?
I just noticed it. There we go. I can hear you so much better.
Wow. I promise you people, we know what we're doing with microphones.
I could hear myself in that one. That's how I figured it out.
Okay. So by the right of the council, by the will of the force.
No, we're not starting over. It's fine. I can still hear you okay.
Okay,
but
good.
That's way, way better.
Okay, good.
What was I talking about? Oh, so he had done
charity.
He had done some charity thing at the NASCAR Speedway where my mom had worked, and he was like, "Where do I know you?" Because Mike's one of those dudes. Like they said it in the video on the news. Like he never met a stranger. He knew everybody. Like you could be like, "Man, I think about buying a yo-yo." He's like, "Hey, no, I know a yo-yo guy. I got a guy. Let me give you his number. You can it's free. We'll figure it out." And like some people, like I learned this with Mike, like how sometimes people are those people, or like they pretend to be those people,
yes,
and then it always falls through. You're like, this guy's full of shit. Mike, if he said some shit, it happened. Like I remember he got me tickets to the Panthers game before. He got me tickets, like anything I was like I'd be like, man, I want to do this. He'd be like, I know a guy. And
so cool.
And he would hook it up and make it happen.
That's so cool.
And did it genuinely because he was a good person and didn't expect anything out of you.
Those are the kind of people that we don't need to be leaving this world.
I know, man.
They need to stay. They need to spread their idealism. They need their ideas. Teach others how to fucking be like you. Yeah.
It's a shame, man. It's a rough one. I don't want to dwell on it too much longer.
No.
I just it's losing a friend. It's rough. So all right, let's talk some Star Wars stuff. And,
before we get into Star Wars, I got something for you.
Okay.
So you are a big music guy, right? I am a big music guy as well, more the heavy line of things. So you know my favorite band is Metallica. You've talked about wanting to go see Metallica. We're still possibly working on you getting to go to the festival in Daytona Beach in November.
Yes.
So I've got some Metallica memorabilia for you in my hand. A guitar pick from one James Hetfield.
Shut your mouth.
From 2018 on the Worldwide Hardwired to Self-Destruct tour. This was in Madison, Wisconsin, okay? I don't just do this for anybody, but man. I'm giving you this, okay?
Dude, that's amazing.
I took this off of the rest of my picks that I have, and I have a few from Metallica. But this one's it's definitely one of my favorites. It's not like one of the picks I'm just ditch with.
Oh, man. Here, I got to give you a hug over this. Well, I'm going to... You guys going to hear us hug. It's going to be gay for a second.
Gay. Kyle's jealous.
Dude, thanks, man.
Yeah, of course. There you go.
Put it right here in the swim suit. It's got a nice little home. Oh, man,
So I even remember every pick, every song they play. Like right after they played, that I get the pick from. That was from Moth into Flame.
I gotta listen to that song now.
Yeah, Moth into Flame is off of Hardwired to Self-Destruct, their most recent album. So there you go. You have yourself an authentic concert played Metallica pick.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I love you. You're the best.
Hell yeah, anything, man. Let's talk about some fucking Star Wars
Let's talk
now,
some Star Wars.
shall we?
I'm tired. Like my face is so I can feel my face is swollen. Like my eyes. I look like a bulldog that got the shit kicked out of him. The cigar's for you, Mike.
There
You're
you
the
go.
one that got me the cigars. And
Hell yeah.
if I get lung cancer, I'm going to kick your ass when I get to heaven.
What if he's stuck in purgatory with all the younglings?
Just hanging out there.
just hanging out there. Hey, you go.
And by the way, if anyone gets upset that we're joking about a friend being dead, first off, fuck you. He's my friend.
Right.
Secondly, he owned comedy clubs at one point. He would be joking about it himself. So
true.
I don't want to fucking hear anyone giving me shit for me making fun of my friend. You go fuck yourself.
So first and foremost, let's apologize again for the lack of one show. We did miss out. Brad did toss something up there for the people, but you're right over there, Sparky.
I put this upside down in the ashtray.
That was authentic, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God, that's some shit Mike would do. Bastard, that was you. Oh,
that was
God.
him getting you right there.
That was
like,
Mike. Don't mock me, bitch.
That was Mike. So we had a really good episode. Evan, Brad, myself, Big Red over here, Ginger Muscle. Had a good episode. We had a top 10. It wasn't a top 10 what ifs, which will be today. Top 10 what ifs today to close out the show, and I'm really looking fucking forward to this.
I
one,
am
buddy.
too. I think I brought in some heavy hitters.
Okay, I can't wait. But we talked about our top 10 Star Wars moments that we want explored and what medium we want them explored on. I just want to make one mention. One of them I was really proud of. When I said that dark ride idea I had for Galaxy's Edge on Batuu.
Yes.
The history of Batuu. It's the only thing I wanted to make mention on the Lost episode because I fucking felt good about it.
We're going to do it again.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to do it again.
All right, so spoiler alert. That'll be in my
That'll
list.
be in your top 10. Let's not give the details because
I won't.
Because we're going to do it again because that shit was too good to not. Dude, why is it always the good episodes that fucking you get lost? You don't ever have like a shit episode that gets lost. We're like, good, thank God that one. I have to put that one up.
It's not like the one episode I had with Kyle on the Fourth Mother Box where he had explosive diarrhea during, before, and after. And it was his shit noises the whole time. Should have uploaded it.
You should have. I would have. Just him
I
farting
still
into a
have
bowl.
it. I should.
I hope that's a real episode. That's for the Patreon.
Yeah, it's for the Patreon. It's going to be on our OnlyFans since they
It's
reversed
video,
their
too.
decision again.
They're like, did we say no porn? What we meant was
More.
all the porn.
Yeah, yeah. All the German
Whoops,
stuff.
that was a typo. We meant no, like just tit pics. We want to see people get shit on. We want to see you jerk off someone with your feet. That's what we're looking for.
That's right, hardcore stuff. So let's move past from the episode that did not happen, did not may have happened, and we're going to do that top 10 coming up. But it's been an interesting week of Star Wars news. It really is where there's some stuff and then there's not some other stuff. There's a lot of speculation out there. One being, and this may just be speculation that I've kicked the tires and started burning fires on because I want a Book of Boba Fett trailer. All right, we've been done with production since spring. I think it was. Since around spring.
like June.
It's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Labor Day weekend. You know, how about a trailer? I remember we got the Mando Season 2 trailer, actually when I was here in Florida on my September trip last year.
Oh, no way.
Well, that was for a Halloween release. Okay. But still.
I'm going to go on a limb and say we're not getting anything until, I'm just throwing this out there, second week of October.
Big second week of October for Book of Boba Fett?
I think they're going to want to focus all the attention on the 50th, and that has nothing to do, because even though
It's nothing to do with TV, yeah.
it has nothing to do with TV, I mean, they're going to have the 50th special and all that, but, there's nothing on Disney Plus. It's going to, I think that's what they're going to do. It's going to be, everyone's going to just kind of shift focus right now to Remy, which I'm doing Monday.
Jealous about that, by the way.
That's gonna be fun.
Super jealous.
Wait, Monday's like you become an annual pass holder, right? Is it Monday?
No, Wednesday, the 8th. September 8th, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
had a request to talk about that, by the way.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just thinking like it would be, because then you're only like 6 weeks out from, or no, what? No. Is it, when in December is it? Is it Christmas?
Oh, when Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Like Christmas, like the 21st.
Okay.
Is in my mind for some reason 12/21.
I feel like that, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's sometime in
It's
December.
around Christmas, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say we're probably not gonna get, and I think you probably just get one trailer, and like you might
that's
get,
fine.
You might get like, and I think it'll be like a 2-minute trailer. But
all
I
right.
don't really know. I mean, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna do a reaction to it.
Yes.
We're gonna all get together and watch it together for the first time and do a reaction. But I don't really want to see too much.
No, I don't. Give me a poster, a trailer.
Yeah.
Even the TV spots, I won't like watch or pay attention to.
Yeah,
I never watch TV spots for movies. I
No,
never pay attention.
I
to
go back and watch them after I see the movie. And I remember one of them for The Last Jedi was Rey taking Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
No, thank you.
Could you imagine seeing that, like
I'd be so pissed.
in between, like Big Brother
Yeah.
or Love After Lockup, like goes to commercial, and you're just seeing Rey, like what?
Life After Lockup, I believe, is on right now.
It's so good.
It is.
Oh, dude, we're
caught up.
caught up because I think we're caught up. Yeah, it was just last week and then now tonight.
Yes.
So yeah, we're caught up, dude. I love that show.
It makes
so
you feel
trash.
better about yourself.
Oh, dude. I really would like to do a live stream when we watch it because I say the most ridiculous shit when we're watching that show. It's wow, that show's fantastic. Get on Life After Lockup.
Yes.
You can like find bootlegs on YouTube. That's how I watch it. That's how I watch. I'm not paying for the Wii TV.
Oh, the Wii TV. Oh, luckily, the cable that I have has Wii TV, so I could just log into the Wii TV app.
I think now that we have Hulu, it does too. Actually,
Oh, you might be right.
Now that I say that, maybe
Yeah,
we should
but-
stop watching it on YouTube.
Fuck it. Watch it.
I'm supporting a small YouTuber.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
you're getting the money.
A bootlegger.
You're monetizing the bootlegger.
Somebody's getting paid. It's not the people who Love After Lockup.
You mentioned the 50th, that Disney's going to throw everything into the 50th. Now, I know you've mentioned it before, and that shit's coming up, right?
Yeah, October 1st.
That shit is fucking coming up. I remember thinking...
And remember, it's not just Magic Kingdom's anniversary. It's Epcot's anniversary, too. They both have October 1st
That's true.
anniversaries.
It's
And
true.
this is Epcot's 39th. Because it was 82.
Yes.
So next year is their 40th, another big anniversary.
So they're treating this as Walt Disney World's 50th,
Yeah.
right? So it's going to be all encompassing.
yeah, something like I'm saying, except they haven't said anything for Animal Kingdom or anything for Studios yet.
Well, I will be there for Studios. I'm actually doing something incredibly special on Studios that day. I will be building my first lightsaber at Savi's.
No way.
Yeah, I made the appointment today.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I
It's very
appreciate
good.
that.
You have to pay for it up front?
No, I mean they ask for my card like they do any reservation.
Gotcha.
But and only say I'll be charged if I cancel under 24 hours.
You know you can buy like scrap metal too now, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can buy like little pieces. So like, get your second, third option on the way out. You know,
Uh-huh.
throw Sajul, a few shekels or not shekels, or credits. Did I tell you what I'm doing with my Ahsoka lightsaber?
The signed one by
signed
Ashley
one.
Eckstein?
Yeah.
I think so, but enlighten me.
So I have a signed set of Ahsoka's color changing lightsabers.
Gorgeous,
like
by the way.
Clone Wars ones.
The gorgeous lightsabers.
And the only reason I'm considering doing this is because they recently came back in stock. And they are signed by Ashley Eckstein. She signed the original stock of them and blah, blah, blah. But I really want the white ones because they are $1,700 on eBay. And I'm just never going to pay that. Like, there's nothing that I can.
I know, like I want
But-
Mace's real bad, and his is high up there too.
I sold one for like $700.
$900?
Huh?
You sold one for 900?
$7?
Oh, 7?
50?
Yeah, that's about what it's going for right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
What was I saying? Well, my brain, dude. Holy
Ahsoka's
shit.
white. The
Okay, yeah. So
Mandalorian.
there's no chance in hell I'm ever going to spend
No,
$1,700
fuck
on a
that.
lightsaber. That's just not fucking happening. But Ashley Eckstein lives here.
She does.
So my thought is I could buy another set of these color changing lightsabers, put it to the side, and like pay $50 at Celebration, have her sign it.
There you go.
And then I have the same thing again, and I get what I want, and I have a full set of lightsabers.
Yeah.
Because that's the only one I don't have.
That's beautiful.
Right? Smart, right?
Yeah.
Holly's not happy with me.
No?
She's like, those are my lightsabers, and I was like, I get it, but do you not hear what I'm saying? Like you can.
No, Holly. Listen to reason.
I was
The
like,
white lightsabers are
$1,700?
bigger
They're
and better.
They are better.
They're better.
Well,
They're from the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I don't know. People are like, they're going to come back, and I'm like, if they were going to come back, they wouldn't have retired them. Like, you wouldn't go out of your way to go, this is retired. Well, I say that, but they're bringing back the Main Street Electrical Parade yet again. That's it. Have you heard about this? Yeah, they're bringing it back to Disneyland.
Oh, land again?
Oh, you ready for this? This is going to make you real happy. You ready? They are getting rid of the American flag scene, and guess what flag they are putting in its place?
Don't tell me California's flag.
Oh, it's worse.
It's worse? What could be worse than that fucking bear? North Korea's? I mean...
It's the pride flag.
Are they?
Yeah, it's not worse when
No, yeah.
It's not worse when I say, I don't mean like worse than like, oh fuck gays, like that's not what I'm saying. Fuck the LGBT flag or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But the whole thing is that it's celebrating America.
I would have just added a float
Yeah,
to
that's what
the
I'm saying.
parade. Put the pride flag
I don't
in
like
front
all
or
this
behind
shit.
the American flag.
I
Put
saw,
behind it.
saw a TikTok the other day that they were behind it. Put it on top, turn it upside down. Scissor me.
Scissor me timbers.
I don't like all this like anti-American shit going on right now. It's like the only reason you're allowed to even say what you're saying is because you have free speech.
Yep.
That is included in the Constitution. You fucking idiot.
Those first two amendments are pretty
You're a
sweet.
woman teacher. Go ask the Taliban if you can be a female teacher.
Oh my God.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We were talking about, so you're gonna get, and Holly doesn't like the idea, but I like the idea of what you've got. Try to trade them. Ashley
Yeah.
Eckstein. There's got to be somebody out there with those huge fan who's probably like never met her, or if they have met her, they're like, well, I don't have a signed like color changing lightsabers from her.
Yeah.
There's a market out there.
I've been in contact with a few people. One person turned out to be a scammer, and I
Is that what that was?
Yes.
That post was? Okay.
Yes, yeah. That's me weeding people out. Because
Okay.
if you see like hundreds of people going like, do it, then he's like, he bailed
Yeah.
and dipped out, and I kicked him out and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But I've been, there's a few people who have shown interest, but I'm just waiting until I actually get that set again.
Okay.
Like I want to have that set so then I'm not screwed, because then I'm screwed again all over again.
Yep.
And even more so because they are signed.
Mine came from Disneyland. If I can get my Disneyland Ahsoka saber signed from her out here, I don't know, that'd be cool.
She's
'cause
at
they
every
came.
convention here. I mean, like MegaCon, she was there.
Yeah.
It's like $50 for an autograph. Like she'll sign whatever you want.
I'd
mean,
kill
like,
for her to sign my Black Series Rebels
that'd be sick.
figure. That'd
Yeah.
be sick. Like right
You have
on
the
back.
purple one?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, it's the one I have too.
Yeah.
I miss not having my Black Series figures up there, but I like seeing them in the box kind of over there. I'm torn on it. What do you think?
Mine are hanging up right now, similar to how your vintage collection ones
Mine were.
are.
You remember them when? Do you ever
that's
see them
right.
over there?
That's right. I did see him one day.
I don't remember if you. Yeah, I can't remember when
Once.
I changed it.
And then when I started coming on the show officially, they've moved to the big wall.
Yeah, I like these over here way better. I feel like I'm looking at them at all times when I'm doing the show.
I'm a big fan of how I hung my sabers.
Dude, those look
Those hooks.
so nice.
Those hooks. I got to give a shout out to that Etsy store.
Yeah, do it. They look fantastic. I remember.
And thanks for the find, dude. You nailed it.
Oh, you're very welcome. Those are something that I really want to do at some point too. I don't want to do it out here
Yeah.
because and I'm not doing them inside. There's no way Holly's gonna let that fly. So,
No.
but she likes Star Wars, but she's not a fan of, like, she's not even gonna do Star Cruiser. Like she's
Okay.
like I'd like to do it, but I'm not gonna spend the money. Like I'd rather you and your dad go, or
Okay.
you and Bentley go, and that
Makes
kind
sense.
of thing.
I got to give a shout out to That Sick is the Etsy shop. That Sick. ThatSick for the lightsaber wall mounts. I bought 15 of them at $6 a pop because just I knew I'm going to end up using 15, so I've got 3 open spots right now.
Nice.
I
Cal.
know. What? Oh, Cal's. You kidding me? I'm
Up to the top.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock the dark saber I put on top and put Cal's right there. But I tried to. Did you see how I set them up? I put Luke's and Vader's looking at each other,
Yeah.
and then I put Leia and Kylo's looking at each other, and then I just Ahsoka's and Maul's looking at each other. I'm like, that fucking makes sense.
Yeah, that does make
because
sense. I
it's
like
Clone
it.
Wars. Yeah,
It looks good,
I like
man.
it.
Those do they feel sturdy? Like they feel?
Yeah.
They feel good.
yeah. I went up there and I was fucking around with it
Nice.
a bit, but nothing. Knock on wood, nothing's falling over.
Nice.
Some of my DC multiverse characters have tried to commit suicide since I've put them up, but that's okay.
They're jumpers.
Yeah, cyborgs especially.
Just top heavy figure.
Yeah, it is top.
I hate that. I'm still looking for the Wrecker Black Series. I can't fucking find
Oh.
one. I want one.
I
so
swear to
bad.
God, I just saw him GameStop or Amazon.
For real?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look. I swear to God, I saw him and I should have pulled the trigger.
If you see one that's like not $50,
Yeah,
but they're going for more than that, dude. Like I really will buy 2 of them and put one aside.
yeah.
They're going for crazy money.
That's
I've never
insane.
seen one. I saw somebody post that our Target back here had one left, and by the time the dude posted it and I got there, it was gone.
Oh my
It was
god!
like 12 minutes from when he posted it to when I got there.
Holy
gone.
crap! That stuff's insane. I think I
It's
figured
nuts,
out.
man.
I think I figured out my Target restocks on Fridays because I saw some other people in there. I recently grabbed a Steppenwolf for my DC Multiverse collection.
Nice.
From the Snyder Cut. And there were other people who looked like me and looked nerdy in there that were like, oh, gotta get the figure.
Is today the day you guys restock?
Yeah. Love and all that shit. And they went back to the World of Warcraft account.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Speaking of figures, this is something random that I saw. Hasbro Pulse doing like a YouTube deal this week. This is this upcoming Wednesday, I believe. The day I become an annual pass holder. Thank you very much.
So whatever they drop, you're not going to be able to afford to buy anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tom's like, fuck yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, damn it. It's Pikachu. I made a TikTok joke or an Instagram joke.
Oh, it's funny.
So Hasbro Pulse is doing like this YouTube specific Star Wars reveals.
Yeah.
You have any idea what it might be?
I'm thinking it's going to be the announcement of the pipeline stuff that they talked about at the last thing they did. So the Mandalorian stuff that's coming out, the Cobb Vanth, I think it's going to be details about stuff like that.
Okay.
And the reveal date. I'm also going to go out on a limb and say they're going to do another line of retro collection.
Ooh.
I don't know what yet, because this is all they've done. I have almost all of the retro collection. The only ones I don't have like Chewie and Han. Those are just like too expensive. I have Vader. He's inside. That's Holly's. I got that. Holly loves Vader. So, I would think they're probably going to do retro. Oh, I just came up with what they're going to probably do. They're going to do it for Return of the Jedi, because next year's the 50th or 40th of Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So maybe they'll announce some Return of the Jedi stuff. And I think they're going to talk about the HasLab Black Series. I think they're going to announce when that date's going to be.
Okay.
That's my guess.
I hope. That was badass.
That's going to be something I'm going to get for sure. I'm thinking it's probably going to be like $500 though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just can't see it being less. It all depends on what it comes with.
Yeah.
If it's just Luke and a Rancor and some accessories, $200-300.
Mm-hmm.
But if they go all out like they did with the Jabbas and the Razor Crest, then you're probably going to look at $500 or $600.
$5 to $6.
I would guess.
Okay.
You see the Galactus they just did? The HasLab?
Yes.
It looked amazing.
It did look pretty sweet.
It looked so sick.
So they like drop those in, like you have to do levels to get reveals, or is that something?
So what happens is once it gets to a certain number of, like, so let's say they announce it and for whatever reason no one gives a shit and it's just you and me that sign up for it. It doesn't happen. It's like almost like a GoFundMe kind of thing. Okay. And if they get a certain number of commitments, like you buy into the project, they have tiers that like after a certain number of people, like 50,000 people, you get this. If we get 75,000 people, you get this. If you get 100,000 people to sign up, you get this.
Okay.
So I don't know if they did that with the Jabba stuff though. I don't know.
Any chances you would get brand new spanking reveals at this thing?
Oh, there's always a chance.
There's always a chance.
I'm thinking the retro will
would constitute as new,
or a new TVC line for the 40th.
Well, can I finally get my Cal in TVC?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, shit.
I don't know why they didn't do that already.
I mean, there are Fallen Order vintage collection characters
and a gaming greats, and he wasn't included.
Right? What the shit?
Fucking stupid. Which makes me think they're going to do. Like, I actually think what they would do with that, they would make that its own line, and I could see them doing one in every different poncho. Mm-hmm. Like, I could legit see them doing some shit like that.
Every single one of them.
I know. I wouldn't. I would buy like 5 of them. But
how adorable would it be with Cals just lined up in ponchos?
I don't think I need that. I already have you. I don't think I need that many redheads in my life.
Yes, you do. And when Kyle eventually moves to Florida, you'll have a stealth.
Is that going to happen? I know you keep like teasing it. Is it happening?
I tease it because I want him to do it. I do. Do I think he's
Florida's
going to
do
do
it? Is it not?
Florida's spectacular.
I love
all
it.
the freedoms that I have here.
It's great.
It's just spectacular. Plus the weather and being this close to Disney. Do I think Kyle?
You moved at the perfect time because like the weather's just going to get better.
Oh yes,
it hasn't been bad at all. Like
No.
This past week has not been bad at all.
It really hasn't. And I told Courtney this morning when I was out and about, we had to come back from the DMV. I was like, the humidity is not as heavy as it has been.
No,
so
it's been nice.
It's been spectacular. Do I think Kyle will move here? No, he's got a lot of connections to Chicago, but there's always hope. We can keep bugging him about it because how amazing would it be to? What's the name of the Disney podcast he came up with? you combine Fourth Mother Box and like Disney something else that I don't know.
That I came up with?
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember.
Oh, I think it was just on passing as a joke, but we
Oh,
could
could
totally
be.
do all the podcasts.
Was it
And
in
all
our
the
group
fun.
chat?
Yeah,
I
no.
might have-
No, that was between you and I. This was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was-
The Disney umbrella, that one?
No, this
Oh,
was after that.
That was stupid. I even made a logo. I love
I even
that.
made a logo.
I like making logos. It's fun. I'm no Kevin Quickly, but it's fun. By the way, I don't know what you're doing Monday, but Matt Parrish from Wedway Radio, me and him are going to do a show.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know if you're interested, if you want to come hang out. I don't know what time yet. It's probably going to be after Remy and stuff, so we can talk about that.
Okay.
It'll be a more Disney-focused
Okay.
show, I would assume.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. But do you know Matt at all?
No, I know What About Radio. I don't
He's
know.
awesome.
Okay.
Wedway Radio is my all-time favorite Disney podcast.
Excellent.
It's not even close second.
Okay.
Like they're both history teachers.
That's
he does
awesome.
other stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what he does, but he does other stuff now. And but I talk about this all the time, but their 4-part series on the Haunted Mansion is so fucking good. You can tell they're history teachers, like the way they get into
Yeah.
it and like have your mind set to the time period of which they were aiming for. It's just unbelievable. You should listen to it. It's
I will.
fantastic.
I will absolutely catch up as much as I need to catch
They
up.
have one of their first episodes I remember was a DCA construction update
Oh, holy
for
crap.
Cars, like before Cars Land,
Jeez.
like 3 or 4 years before it opened.
That's intense.
Yeah, it's the best Disney podcast.
That's cool.
I love them. I love Matt. He's awesome. I don't know Nate that well. I've talked to him a little bit here and there, but I'm buddies with Matt. I love Matt. But yeah, so if you're interested, you want to come
Okay.
hang out, we're going to do something. We've been trying to do something for a while. We were going to at one point do a show about all the movies that inspired The Mandalorian,
Oh, nice.
and then it just didn't happen.
Okay.
We just got busy, and he stays busy. So
yeah. I like the
Um,
idea of a Disney podcast.
yeah.
For me, too.
it's awesome.
Nice.
So, you and Evan both. I don't give a shit.
All right.
But
There we go.
Uh,
Evan should be checking into Oga's sometime soon.
yeah,
here.
what 9:50 was it?
9:50. It's 9:42 Eastern Standard Time. And did you know that at 9:43 Eastern Standard Time now that The Last Jedi is still canon?
Yes, I still have my shirt on.
You're wearing your shirt.
Again, every week it just happens. I don't know how that happens.
It's just, because it's canon.
It's canon.
That's what it is.
You
That's
gotta-
what it is,
have
Kyle.
to
It's
keep-
fucking canon, you stupid prick. God damn it. Fucking hate it.
Fuck you, Kyle. Fuck you, Kai.
Think you can? I'm giving him. You know what I don't hate? What I didn't hate?
Casa Bonita.
No, Casa Bonita. Did you know that the writers, the creators of South Park, are purchasing?
Yeah, they purchased
Bonita?
Casa Bonita.
they
Yeah,
Isn't
Isn't that great?
that fucking awesome?
It's so great. That's
I
like
love
one of
it.
those episodes that stands out for me because it's just so. It's one of those things where it's like it was something you had never heard of, and it instantly became iconic because of how great that show is.
Yep.
Because I was like, "There's no way that's
I had
real."
no idea. I didn't know it existed. Like cliff divers and
And it's real, and it looks just like what they do.
Yeah.
It's insane. So, if I ever get out to Denver, I'm going.
hell yeah.
What a
I've been to
weird
Colorado
investment for
once.
those guys.
Right?
It's almost like they can just sink money into it because they're worth like $1 billion.
They were probably high on shrooms when they did it.
Yeah. You ever see the thing where they did acid and went to
Yes.
the MTV Movie Awards? It's so funny.
I have seen that. It's pretty
Is it- they're like-
spectacular.
and every time someone would ask them about their dress, it's like it's just an amazing evening. They are American treasures. I fucking
I
love those
South Park.
guys.
I love them. I
love
love
them.
South Park.
They're the best.
Oh, the stuff they did on the pandemic. They need to come back and do
The
more
pa-
stuff quick.
The pandemic special.
Yeah. You know what? So what was also is great? It was the season 2 gallery review of the last Mandalorian episode, the season finale.
Dude, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no! Please, because this just blew my mind. Right?
It figuratively blew my dick off. Because not literally, because that would mean I don't have a dick anymore. But it figuratively blew my dick and balls right off. It
Popped
was
right off.
so insane, dude. Like, fucking Mark Hamill
He
was
did it.
there.
Yeah.
It was him.
And
To an extent.
to an extent,
Basically, it was.
and he knew about this for what, like almost 2 years.
So that means when he was filming Rise of Skywalker, they were doing this.
He knew of it.
Right?
Yep, he knew a Grogu at that time. He had to. He had to because they were at his house a year and a half before they did all this. At
How the
least
fuck did that not get leaked?
I have.
How did no one snag a pic? Like, who? Like, I know you shouldn't do that, but things come out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think when a secret like that is held to that secret, you got to like reward that in some way.
Yes, I hope it was like written into Jon Favreau's contract or like Luke's contract. Is like as long as this doesn't leak, y'all get an extra $20,000 or some bullshit like
I mean,
that.
like, because that's nuts. I mean, how? Could you imagine being like he was talking about the people being on set that were there that like they kept it to the bare minimum. People like
yes,
you had to have one person holding 2 lights to make sure because then one person was there, not 2. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm being dramatic, but like they kept it to as minimum, like a few people as possible. Could you imagine being there and watching that?
no.
Fuck, dude.
I couldn't because if it was like one of us and just doing our job and then boom, Mark Hamill as
And
Luke
no one
Skywalker.
knew. And no one knew. And they were like, get that lady was like, come get off set. No, if you
Yeah.
don't need to be here, leave.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. They actually, because I remember them saying that they thought the Jedi was going to be
Plo Koon.
Plo Koon.
Yeah.
But they wrote it into the script. They literally told every actor that. So the people who were watching, the people in the show, did not know until it aired.
Peyton
correct?
Reed. Yeah, correct. Peyton Reed, Dave Filoni, and everyone else working on it referenced Plo Koon.
And they did fake 3D models of
Yes.
that dude's
Sure did.
with Plo Koon's face on it.
Sure did. So you were right. Everybody that didn't work on that scene, like the bare minimum, had no idea, unless you had to work on the final cut in like editing or something.
And they said they put a dude in a room,
That's right.
and they're like, "Finish it."
Yep.
You're not allowed to leave until you finish
Yep.
it.
And
Have
then
a good one.
I'm jumping a little bit in the episode here, but you know what was kind of creepy? But this is talking about all the CGI stuff. When like Favreau was going off about how deep fake in like a couple of years is going to be like used against us.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. I'm like, gee, it's fucking right.
It reminded me of the speech that FDR said about the military-industrial complex
Yes.
as he was leaving, where like, be careful, because this shit's not going to turn out well if we keep down the path we're going. And he was right. And, I got that same vibe of like, we have a responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen. I also didn't really understand how deepfakes work, I guess. I didn't realize that they would reference certain material and like fill in the gaps with different images. Like it's almost like animation.
Right.
Like it's one picture of like, of that and then like one picture of this and they like it's subtle movement. It's just fucking crazy.
And I find it interesting that it didn't go with deep fake ultimately.
Yeah, ultimately.
And then they just hired that kid after.
I wonder if that was the kid.
Probably.
Like if he's one that did that.
Oh,
And they
did
just
it?
announced that they hired him.
Oh,
after the
maybe.
fact.
No, because he did a deepfake video after the fact of Luke.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's
right.
what got him
That's
up
right.
there. So I think he was hired after the fact.
That's
but
right.
but I think it's because they're anticipating. Okay, deepfake is finally catching up, just like Favreau was mentioning.
Yeah.
How the technology hadn't caught up yet. That's why they didn't go with it. They went with whatever they went with, which worked fine. But I think now deepfake is going to make this better and
Yeah. It's
creepier and. Hopefully, no one ever gets a hold of my ginger face and sets me up for bank robbery in the future. That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, who'd I piss off that's going to get this shit? And,
yeah, man. Like it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, have you heard the? I've talked about this before, but have you heard the AI Joe Rogan?
AI Joe Rogan, no.
It's fucking weird.
Okay.
Let me see. I got to at least place people can know what I'm talking about because it's honestly one of the weirdest things I've ever fucking heard. So basically, it basically works the same way as deepfake is. They did it for Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
It was a digitized voice. It wasn't his actual voice.
That's right, yeah.
Somebody did that with Rogan, and it's like a whole.
Oh, so it's like an AI. Holy
Mhm.
shit.
It's
Get
weird.
better soon, FYI, Mr. Rogan.
Yeah.
I think he's okay, though.
Yeah, he's fine. So these are not real. It says this video says following audio clips are not real. They were generated by learning machine.
Friends, I've got something new to tell all of you. I've decided to sponsor a hockey team made up entirely of chimps. I'm tired of people telling me that chimps are not capable of kicking human ass in sports. Chimps are just superior athletes. And these chimps have been working out hard. They're throwing kettlebells, battle ropes, everything. I've got them on a strict diet of bone broth and elk meat. These chimps will rip your balls off. God damn, it's impressive. All I got to say is, see you on the ice, folks.
Like, here, listen to it so you can hear it close. You can tell it's a little off. It just almost sounds like his voice is digitized a little bit.
I'm capable of kicking human ass in sports. Chimps are just superior athletes. And these chimps have been working out.
Yeah, it's.
Isn't that fucking weird? That's just
little
some dude in his basement. That's That's not like a professional.
Okay. Wow.
Isn't that fucking
Yeah.
weird?
Yeah, that's. I mean, you could tell it's a bit.
Little.
Like
It's a little off. Like, it's almost like he's like high or something, which is shocking for
Yeah,
Joe
right.
Rogan. You would never think that Joe Rogan would
No.
smoke weed or do mushrooms or DMT. You'd never think that. As somebody who's the most prolific broadcaster in the history of broadcasting.
Or take horse stimwormer to get better from COVID. Dude. It's a little out there for me.
All the articles I kept seeing were like, remember, this is not FDA approved. And I was like, you
Neither
mean
was
like
the vaccine?
You fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Not idiot for getting a vaccine, that's not what I'm saying. But like,
No,
you
right.
idiot for
Yeah.
like, it's okay when it's against you, but when it's with you, you just trust Pfizer. Get the fuck out of here. Trust a company who has an invested interest in making sure people take the most number of vaccines.
Yep.
The fuck out of here. Yeah, trust your car dealer.
It's just
You would even trust the guy that sells you a Toyota Celica, okay? You know what I mean? Like, do you trust that guy?
no.
No. So
No,
why
God,
would
no.
you trust somebody you don't know in a lab coat?
That's why when I bought my Equinox before I moved out here, I literally did it all from my couch.
Smart.
I texted with the salesman because I said, "Nah, it's COVID. You could sell me a car from home." So that's what we did.
Wasn't like, what was that? What's that?
Carvana, you think?
Was it that?
I've gotten a car from Carvana before.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Interesting. Did you go to the vending machine and everything?
No, I got it delivered to me. The vending machine was too far. I mean, I've driven past the vending machine tons of times in Phoenix, but,
Fucked up, dog. You could have went to it. You could have got
I
your car at the
could
vending
have.
machine.
but it was so much better when they delivered it to me because I was a lazy prick. So,
All right, let's talk more Star Wars. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still in a weird mood. I'm trying to energy my way through it. Let's keep going.
you're getting your way out of it. But the gallery. What else stood out to you from that?
Just the process was just wild to me. Like, I had no idea. Like I said, that's how deepfake works. Like, who the fuck knew that they had
right.
to like do all this source material, and then it's like they kind of put everything in a database, and then like based on the movement, they put the face to the picture to your face and shit. Like, it's just weird.
Did you think that was a Galaxy's Edge lightsaber that Hamill had?
I couldn't tell.
I kept looking at it. I'm like, please be a legacy saber. Like I just wanted it to be his legacy green saber so bad.
I know. I don't know. I couldn't really tell. It looked like it.
I
But
talked myself into it that it was.
the thing about the Galaxy's Edge lightsabers is I've seen a lot of hate on these things recently, but you got to remember they're $120. You can't get a lightsaber for $120.
A lot of hate on these, yet they still sell the fuck out.
Yeah, lots of people are stupid.
Fucking fuck
It's
off.
not as good as my $600 lightsaber.
Well, I would
love
hope
these
not.
sabers.
But also, I hope not. I hope they couldn't make $120 that's better than a $600. You should feel like an asshole,
right?
if it was better. Like it. But I also think that those fucking lightsabers are stupid because like
This one plays the Titanic theme when I turn it on.
no one gives a shit.
My heart will go on
It's
Oh,
and on. when you-
rainbow.
No one cares. No, hey, and like you see them like they turn on. And it's like, so have you seen the videos where they're so
Yes.
dramatic? You're like, that's not what a fucking lightsaber looks like.
This one says giggity giggity when I turn it on.
Right?
Giggity,
This one plays the
giggity.
Family Guy theme. This one plays the Jeffersons. Moving on now. I just come on, like they're fine, but like
This one is also a bidet.
yeah, this one vibrates. Like whoa, Jesus,
Whoa,
dude.
too much.
Holy
That's
shit!
the Padme.
That Padme 3000
Yeah.
dog. Yeah. I don't know the
You have to choke it to get it to work.
then it turns off. That's how it turns off. You have to choke it.
Too soon?
Oh no, it was perfect. Oh man, I just was surprised by the level of secrecy that was able to be kept, because like you can't get a fucking name of a Disney attraction hidden. Like that shit got leaked.
Oh yeah.
Rise of the Resistance was named like months before they officially announced it. Like everything leaked. So that's just what I was most impressed by. Was just like God,
Favreau mentioned all those leaks. He's like, Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka.
they know it already. We have
yep.
to make sure this one doesn't
I
come out.
think Cobb Vanth was even a leak beforehand. So a bunch of them.
Which is so like it has to come from something, right? Like, who are these people that are telling people? Because like you should be fired.
Yes. Or is the studio doing it themselves? Be like, hey, Phil from the copy room,
Yeah.
go tell Variety this today.
I think it's probably. I don't think it's that because they wouldn't want that guy to know it. But I think that they probably have like a PR guy, like, hey, this is so and so from Lucasfilm. It's, if you decided to do a story today that, I don't know, Boba Fett's coming back in Mandalorian Season 2, we wouldn't have you pull it down.
Right.
I think shit like that
yeah,
happens.
Yeah, we wouldn't make a comment on it.
Yeah, we wouldn't. By the way, here's a good way to tell if a rumor is true or not. If you see the rumor and then it disappears.
Yes.
If you see a rumor come out and it disappears, it's true.
Sure is.
If you see some shit that comes out and they laugh at it, no. Like remember a few years ago with the WDW News Today thing where it was like the Woody's Roundup is coming to where Country Bears is.
Oh yeah.
And the Disney comment was like, "This is some unscrupulous bullshit." Like they even used the word unscrupulous. Like,
I loved that so fucking
yeah.
much. Oh, that made my day when I saw that.
Yeah, and so that didn't get taken down. In fact, I got laughed at. So, but yeah, what stood out from you? What stood out for you from this?
Ooh, what stood out? Like I said, I mentioned the deep fake thing, the Luke thing, the holding the secret with Grogu, the whole everybody just kind of saying Plo Koon thing, and keeping it be Plo Koon. Really, I can't much think of anything else outside. I'm still stuck with you. How the fuck did this not get, released? That it was going to be Luke. We were speculating, and this was before I was even on the show. I was chatting you guys up. I'm like, it's going to be Cal. It's going to be Ezra Bridger. Even we were speculating who this, or I think I even talked myself into, okay, it's going to be Ahsoka again.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense because maybe that's how she becomes a Jedi officially. But that whole episode, I was just riveted sitting down, and I think to answer your question, and I just thought about it now. Like, I can't be more proud of, the work Jon Favreau has done with Star Wars. Just, you felt the passion out of him. Like, he didn't really cry, but he was on the brink of it when he was talking about the R2-D2 moment.
Yes.
That was so cool.
Did you notice that they had different colors on R2?
Yes.
In practical, they had him, green or something?
He was green. Was that
Yeah.
like a green screen thing?
I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was... What I think they did was I think they actually had it that way on set, so that way if you saw a droid rolling in... It wasn't R2.
Okay.
It was an R2 unit. It wasn't
R2
R2
unit is green. Got it.
Plo Koon's
good call.
droid. So I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but because you can color correct very easily
Yes.
in Photoshop and I'm sure they probably use what's the Adobe After Effects.
Sure.
A lot of people, a lot of studios use that.
Yeah.
And it's super powerful. Like the Pro version of it's a really powerful tool, so it's
Okay.
easy to color correct. But yeah, I noticed that. I thought that was pretty cool. I just thought it was cool to have one episode dedicated to this
epic
reveal.
moment, yeah.
Not even the whole episode.
Yeah.
Just the Luke Skywalker stuff, which
Right.
is so cool. And something I wanted because I remember when Gallery came out and they didn't even mention Luke Skywalker in it. I remember talking to Evan, I think it was even on the show. I was like, they're going to do an episode about this. They have to.
And
And they
did you notice Gina was in the episode a few times?
Was she?
Yes.
I didn't notice it.
She never talked or anything, but she was there. She was clearly there. It was clearly Cara Dune.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they didn't completely cancel.
They were
it.
trying to see, I'm telling you, they're trying to see what the reaction is. People don't give a fuck. You got to quit giving in to these idiots on Twitter in their mom's fucking basement who don't even know, that probably don't even watch the fucking show. And you're going to fire a character based... I've had it with the internet.
My Black Series Cara Dune's coming on Tuesday.
Are you
so
excited?
I'm very excited.
I'm
And
jealous, man. That's one I don't have.
You don't ever?
I don't have a Black
The
Series
price,
Cara Dune.
the price I got, when you get it at a price, I don't care. I'll say I spent $72 on her.
It's not bad at all.
And then she's going for $100 at least.
Yeah.
And I got this on a bid. I get nervous a little bit because is it going to damage box?
Were there photos of it?
Yeah. There's
Well, if you get it and it's not the exact photos, you send that shit right back.
Yeah,
And
I
you did it
will.
through PayPal, I'm assuming.
And this person had good reviews, so
Okay.
I wasn't too nervous, but still. But yeah, she's coming on Tuesday, and I'm stoked.
The only Cara Dune figure I have is that one right there, the carbonized vintage collection.
You have a retro one.
Oh, retro too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I have both of those. I should move her right next to the other one.
I've got. I
How the
don't
fuck
have the.
have that.
I don't have the carbonized, but I have the retro, and then I have just the regular vintage collection.
Nice.
One.
That Remnant Stormtrooper right there is one of my favorite vintage collection figures because it came in the Mandalorian Monopoly.
Oh, did it?
Mm-hmm.
I have. I backed into a carbonized version of this one.
You backed into it? What do you mean?
Well, I got lucky.
Oh!
Yeah.
You found. I think I have one over there, right?
You absolutely do.
Yeah,
Yep.
I thought I had
Sure
him
do.
too.
It's badass.
I love it. Yeah, I love the Remnant Troopers. They look cool.
Yeah, for all you, we're talking about vintage collection figures. that are
I
on.
keep forgetting people aren't like
Right?
that we're recording.
You don't
the
see
fucking
what we
episode.
see. So Brad's got me addicted to this. Actually, you got me back into figures in general. Like I told you, I'm collecting the DC Multiverse line. I've got all of the Suicide Squad, so I collected them all to build King Shark, and then I got all of the Snyder Cut.
So wait, it's like an old school like Power Ranger thing. You can put them together and it makes King
Well,
Shark.
you buy there's Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, Harley Quinn, and Peacemaker. With every of those 4 characters you buy, like Polka
Comes
Dot
with a
Man
piece?
had like King Shark's head. Harley had his pants.
Oh.
So like Bloodsport had his arms or something like that.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
You buy them all, you put them together. Like the King Shark like figure is so fucking cool,
That's awesome.
and it's heavy, it's big, it's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Figures collecting is fun. I'm kind of done with Magic Bands. I think
Are you?
I'm not done, but like I haven't. There hasn't been. Well, I don't even know if I'm. I wouldn't say I'm done. I bought one like 2 days ago.
Did you see the new 50th exclusive one that they're doing for resort guests?
I love it.
Okay. You want me to get it? I'm staying at Key West for the 50th. I got you.
Yes,
I got
please,
you.
because I'm not going to be able to do it
Yeah.
between now and then.
I was thinking about that, and I looked at that Magic Band, and I'm like, I wonder if Brad's going.
Oh fuck, dude!
I'll
thank
get it
you
right
so
now,
much.
literally as we're
Oh,
doing
dude,
it.
you're the man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a sigh of relief because, like, I'm not like I was saying. I said I'm done, but then I just remembered I bought 3 of them. I bought the Canada one because it was cute.
That
It
one
had-
was cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And then I got the 50th one, and then I got like a Halloween one. I get the Halloween one every year, and for whatever reason, they didn't have a 2021 like one in the box Halloween one yet. At least they
No.
haven't- well, it's only September. I keep saying that, but they've had shit up
Well,
for a month.
hopefully
already.
they'll have some Halloween shit up for Boo Bash Sunday night, which I'll be at.
It's all the park's decorated.
Is it like fully decorated?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, it's what they're gonna. It's fully decorated with what they're gonna decorate.
Right,
I mean, it
yeah.
looks. Did you do Not So Scary? Did you ever do it?
No. This is my first Disney World party. Any sort of party after hours, whatever you want to call it.
I was walking around it the other night while it was going on, because I stayed for the fireworks. I didn't like. No one get upset. I didn't like intentionally stay and like try to sneak a way through. I was there for the fireworks show where there were no fireworks, so I stayed till the end.
Oh, the like the castle projection
Yeah.
only. Okay.
It was weird.
Yeah.
You realize how shitty the projections are,
Oh, really?
dude. They're terrible
Yeah.
because like they're out of focus. They're blurry. They look like shit. I was up close too. It looked bad. Like I was surprised at how bad just the projections look. The fireworks are a great distraction
Okay. Good to
because
know.
it looks terrible.
did
Especially
they still do
Quasimodo.
Tinkerbell?
I didn't stay for Tinkerbell because the whole reason I was getting to here in a second.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But I'm just saying, like, I wasn't sneaking on purpose. I literally went from there to ride Splash Mountain, so I didn't get off of the ride until like 9:20.
Okay.
And then by that time, I had like walked out, got onto Main Street. I had to pick up something, and I was walking out of the park when they hit on the music for the party.
Yeah.
It's the same music from Mickey's Not So Scary.
Okay.
I didn't notice any. Again, it was like literally 9:30 when the party started.
Yeah.
I didn't notice any like of the Main Street lights that they used to have. I didn't see any of that. So I'm curious to know what you think.
I will.
Because
You have to know though.
it's
I'm
so
going
goddamn
in.
expensive, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. And look, Courtney and I are going to do a lot of. We're going to do the Christmas party because it's our first year. It's like we're going to be.
I get it. Fuck, dude. The party's like $200 some nights per person.
Oh, yeah, I'm going like early November.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I like the Halloween party a lot more than the Christmas party.
Okay.
Like the Halloween party, fireworks were fucking awesome. The Boo to You parade's the shit. What's weird is they put out a Halloween pumpkin, but like a trick or treat bucket
Uh-huh.
that sings Boo to You. But they're not doing the Boo to You parade anymore. I don't know if this is just to me.
They're doing a cavalcade though, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I haven't been. So I don't know if it's playing the music or not. I would
Yeah.
assume it does. I mean, what other music they're gonna play for the? But just man, that it's just so sad.
Yeah.
Like Disney just doesn't feel like it used to, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but it just seems like there's a big change. I'm just bummed about it, dude. Like it just doesn't feel the
Yeah.
same. It just sucks. I guess since we're already talking Disney, let's talk about the annual passes.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
excited for the annual passes because they took fucking photo pass away, so I don't have to see Evan's bullshit photos anymore. I'm fucking sick of it.
Oh, poor Evan.
How many fucking pictures in Kylo Ren's costume do you need at
Dude.
Galaxy's Edge?
Dude, do you want me to like try to FaceTime him through Instagram right
Yeah,
now?
do it.
All right, hold on. Let me get through with this order real quick.
But for real, how many photos do you actually fucking need? And this is not something I wouldn't say to his face because I've said it to his face before. How many fucking pictures you need in front of the echelon? How many poses can you do? With the beard, without the beard, with fucking goatee. Like, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing, dude? Fucking at Ogas instead of a podcast. You fuck. How old are you? Grow up.
I am 35.
I'm actually 29.
I don't even know if he's 29, right? He's not 30 yet. Starts 30 next year.
I don't think he's 30 yet. Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Oh, shit. So annual passes.
Annual passes are back, and we are excited. I'm excited.
I'm not excited. I just don't, like. I wasn't surprised that the annual pass pricing went up. And anyone who was surprised by that is a fucking idiot. They go up every year. It's not a shock to me. I like it for the simple fact that if I was still working there, this is so much more simple than having annual passes that you have to fucking explain everything to. There's 4 of them now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Are you calling them?
No, I'm trying to complete the order.
It makes sense. I just don't. The names are so fucking dumb. Pirate, Pixie, Sorcerer, and Incredipass. It's fucking.
I'm gonna be a
stupid.
sorcerer.
I'm gonna be a sorcerer too, and that's so gay. Like,
I'm a pirate.
like it's so stupid. I hate it so much. Yeah, dudes. But I'm excited for people like you that get to have an annual pass now, and for people
September
like
8th, Wednesday. Not like, dude, I'm skipping the gym that morning for this. Like I'm so routine with that. 6 days out of the week. So yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. I'm gonna be logging on.
Sorcerer. Are you going to
Sorcerer Pass? Yeah. I just
Pass is
Courtney and
too
I
fucking
couldn't
expensive.
and look. I was ready to shell out for the top. I was ready to be fucking premier up the ass.
There's no reason to
I
be.
went. I've got preferred at Universal, so that's the third. That's the second to best one. But I was like, I told Courtney with Disney, I'm like, I'm ready to just shill it the first year, and I hate to admit this with Bob Chapek this close to us, but just ready to shill it. But when I sat down and thought about it and looked at those blackout dates, which you sent me, thank you very much for that.
Welcome.
So Christmas is like a week during Thanksgiving.
It's like 4 days. It's 4 days during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Arizona this year for Christmas for like
There
2
you go.
weeks.
That's
So
right there.
there, it's like
Yeah.
right there. Like I won't even be able to go to the park, so I might as well just take the hit on Thanksgiving because I won't go when it's busy anyway.
Yeah, they used to do so. The Sorcerer Pass is essentially the Gold Pass. Yeah, the Gold Pass, which is what my kids have because we had the top tier one at one point because we wanted water parks, and we kept Platinum only because we were like, well, when they announced the annual passes are coming back, we can upgrade to that Platinum Plus pass to get the water parks back. That's the only reason we did it. Go down to Platinum because we don't go when it's fucking busy. I don't go when it's raining. Like I've lived here for 6 years almost. Like I don't. You'll get there. You'll get to the point where you're just like, I'm not going. It's fucking busy. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
But now that they've adjusted, because it used to be 2 weeks. They actually have the same amount of blockout dates. They may have added like those 4 days during Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But they used to be 2 weeks at spring break and Easter, and then 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's.
That's it.
That's it. And that's but now the blackout is just like the second half of December, which fucking sucks because I'm not going to be able to go to the parks because my pass coincidentally expires on December 17th, and the 18th is when those blackout dates start. So I'm not going to be able to go from December 17th until New Year's Day.
Ouch.
But it's not worth the extra $450, $500 for those 2 weeks. It's just not.
Yeah.
Like you, I'm probably going to be. Well, I don't know what we're doing for Thanksgiving. I think we're going to go up to my family's house for Christmas this year.
Okay.
So it just doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense.
If you're going
to
out
do
of town, like I'm going to Phoenix and going to be there for 2 weeks, so might as well.
Just there's no reason. Like,
No need.
I don't know. I just my confusion with these annual passes is I just don't know what their logic is other than just pure profit, because no one's excited about this, and Disney used to at least give a shit about what people going there thought. I don't think they care anymore. I really don't. I really think they're just like.
Do they not care about what we, the annual pass holders, now think?
It's the whole perception. Like the entire time since the pandemic and when they reopened, you have heard nothing but how more expensive everything is getting.
Yes.
Has there been any and nothing? By the way, nothing new, except Remy, which is a clone of a ride that already existed and that was supposed to have opened already. Like, so that's not it.
Yeah.
So you're paying 50% more for your annual pass, which is what it went up by. It went up by 50%. 45, 55%, something like that. Lynn broke it down. But yeah, I just don't get the constant charging for more, getting less. I know that's how it goes, but like, how far can it go? I mean, the next step is just you're not going to have an annual pass. Like, this might be the last time they offer it. They have nothing else to take away from you.
More blackout dates. It's like the only thing they could add, which. Yeah.
There's no perks. Like with now with new perks, the only thing you can take back is like the discount on shopping and dining, but it's really just shopping. There's no one really takes the annual pass because you used to have Tables of Wonderland, which was my favorite thing in the world, and they got rid of that, and no sign of it coming back. It's just kind of I've talked about this so much this week. I'm just kind of done talking about it, but this is just my 2 cents for the show. It's just upsetting.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the price increasing, because like if the prices just went up and everything stayed the same, then I'd be like, yeah, prices go up.
Yep.
But it's the taking away of the annual of the water parks. It's the photo pass.
I completely
It fucking sucks. Then you have to, and then they just have literally monetized everything. I mean, they were even monetizing their fucking housekeeping rules. Like, if you wanted a second day of housekeeping, they charge you $10 or some shit. I forget where that was or when that was.
Yeah, I haven't. Last several trips, I haven't done the housekeeping.
It's just fucking.
I don't know, they were encouraging not to do it. So about saving water bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah. The fuck out of here. I want clean sheets, motherfucker.
I
I guess it doesn't really make sense for like bed sheets and stuff. Like, I don't change my sheets every day when I'm at home.
Yeah.
Shower before you go to bed, you fucking you heathen.
Right.
What the fuck's wrong with
Yeah.
you? Why are you getting into bed dirty?
Right, especially at a hot, humid ass fucking day at
God.
Disney World.
Especially if you don't live here, you're not used to it.
Oh
You're
my
just
God.
nuts are sweating all day.
I would at least 3 showers when I would vacation here.
Oh yeah,
Like every.
I take 3 showers a day, and I live here. I mean, no, I take one when I wake up, one in the middle of the day, and then one at night.
Yeah.
And then if I go to the gym in between those last 2,
Oh,
I'll shower.
absolutely. You got to.
I don't fuck around, dude. I hate being gross.
I love sweating again in a gym. I started sweating again here.
I love sweating when it's time to sweat, but when I'm like,
Oh yeah.
when I'm ready to like relax and chill, I'm not fucking doing
right.
shit. I want to feel clean, and I want to sit on the couch with a cocktail.
Relaxing and chilling with
The shit.
Tales from Galaxy's Edge Last Call.
Yeah, let's talk
Would be
about it.
fucking awesome, man.
I
That
want
gameplay trailer.
Did you get to work for Doc Ondar? So, if you don't know what we're talking about the Galaxy's Edge Last Call VR game. They did a trailer a few weeks ago, but this was actual gameplay footage. It looks like there's going to be some sort of flashback to the High Republic.
That's what you caught. I didn't catch that at first, but now it's kind of like, okay, yes, I absolutely see that.
High Republic's color scheme is gold everything. And so when you're in that temple and you're training to be a Jedi, well, it's not going to be current time.
Do you know who that frog person was?
No
Okay.
idea. It's like a new character.
It's
but-
got to be a new character. It's not Frog Lady from The Mandalorian. Everybody calm down.
Is that what people thought it was?
No.
Oh, I was
It's
like,
just
Jesus.
people, you know.
Why did people love that character so much?
I have no idea. There was probably the one episode I can give 2 shits about.
Yeah.
That season. Like, I don't need to see it again.
Yeah, that's the only. I thought the like visually it looked really cool, like the ice caves, and kind of reminded me of like a video game, like an ice level or something. It looked cool, but like he's Trapper Wolf showed up at the end. That was cool, but yeah, I didn't give a shit about that episode either. But I think it has to be something High Republic related because the gold and you're not training in a temple now.
It's probably a flashback then.
Wait, do we know when this takes place? Well,
No.
R2-D2's there and C-3PO are there.
R2 and C-3PO.
and it's First Order.
Yeah.
So it has to be
Like
in the
current
sequel.
Batu time.
Yeah. So it's
gotta
got
be
to be a
flashback.
flashback, and it's got to be to High Republic, and like maybe you. My guess is maybe your character has that power where you can touch something and see the past.
Kind of like Cal.
What's it called?
Force Echo.
No, it's something kinesis.
Telekinesis. Force kinesis.
Fuck. It's in the book.
Which one? High Republic.
No, the kid with the Force Collector. Force Collector. The name of the power. Fuck.
It's powered by jelly beans.
I only got a 3.75 on Goodreads. Go fuck yourself. That book's awesome. 92% of users like this book. There you go. Somebody who's not a douche. Force power. God damn it. When you touch.
We just call it
an
kinesis.
object. Touch an object. I want to know it.
Are you a Jedi in this story? Are you training to be a Jedi? Are you
I
just
can't
a Force
tell.
user? I can't tell either.
Psychometry.
Psychometry.
That's what it's called.
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
figure it
I don't know. I don't know what you are. It almost looks like you're like a smuggler or something, and that's why I'm wondering if like you're just a smuggler with
I think
force abilities that has psychometry.
there seems to be a bunch of different stories because then you're a bounty hunter, but you're an IG-11.
Yeah, I don't
like-
know.
Just pouncing people down, and then you run into stormtroopers, and you see Hondo, and then you're doing a deed for Doc. There's a lot of shit going on about 2.
I really want to see this VR game because I love the idea of VR. I've only ever done. I did the Void. I don't know if you ever did that when you came.
Oh
down.
no!
It was so fucking cool.
It's not there anymore, right?
No, they had like some copyright issue and like
Really?
got shut down. That's what I had read. I don't remember. It was a while ago, but I don't
Okay.
remember what happened. I think the company went under.
Okay.
But it was really cool.
Yeah.
Like the rooms were hot. Like you'd walk into like the Mustafar.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
You'd feel the heat, and it was weird because it was so disorienting because like you would not even. There was a point when you were in the VR that you forgot you were in VR,
That's awesome.
which was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Because you had a gun, so it felt natural. It's not like you're holding like two
Right,
things that
right,
don't
right,
feel
right.
right in your hands. You have a gun and like you're wearing like a back. It kind of feels like you're there, and
Yeah.
you're literally shooting at shit on screen, and
Yeah.
like it was awesome.
I wish I would have done that.
And it was cool because it was just you walked around and like where you walked was where you walked. I mean, like you would take a step and you'd be like, "Oh shit, I'm on this like thing that's gonna fucking fall."
Oh, my God.
It freaked you out. It was awesome.
That's
It was fucking
spectacular.
cool. It was so cool. I don't know if they're still around. If they're still around, I would go out of my way to go do
Yeah,
it again.
okay.
It was really fucking cool.
Good to know. But I'm gonna go out of my way to get this game somehow.
Yeah, we need to figure it out.
Yeah, we absolutely need to figure it out.
You know, Evans can't do it, but he can go to Batu every night and go to Oga's. Can't afford it.
I can still see if I could FaceTime him.
But yeah, this is something I really want to do. All the VR Star Wars games look fucking cool. The
Yes.
Vader Immortal looks great.
Damn it.
There's some good stories to all that stuff. This one just looks cool. Like this one is so fun. I remember telling Holly that this was coming out, and she's like, "You're not buying a VR for a Galaxy's Edge game."
I turned the camera on you. I'm gonna see if he
Okay.
answers.
He's not gonna answer.
Hey, what's up, my dude?
It's ringing him. He probably can't.
Did you do like group ring, or is it just you to him?
No, it's just
Okay.
me to him. Because I figured a group would. He's not. He ain't answering.
Told
Damn it,
you.
Evan.
He knows exactly what we're doing right now. That fuck. How's Galaxy's Edge, bitch? What are we talking about?
We were talking about getting Tales from Galaxy's Edge last call. Wrapping that up because
That's
I'm
right.
about ready to talk about our top 10 what ifs.
Let's do it. I'm
What?
so sorry this episode's kind of fucked. I'm just like
This
every
episode's
time I
great.
stop talking for a second, I just start thinking about Mike again. And I just opened up Facebook and saw the pictures that I posted today. I just see it just fucking pops up every fucking time I look
Ugh.
at anything. It just fucking kills me. But yeah, so here's a cool. Remember I told you I opened for Burr that one time? I
Yes.
was supposed to go to this game, but I couldn't. I had to work. And it would have been me, Mike Hall, Bill Burr, Paul Hooper, and whoever the hell that is in the bottom right corner.
Is that a Panthers game?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Billy
So
Burr
fucking
himself.
cool. That's cool.
Fucking Paul Hooper's the man too. If he ever comes here, we'll go because he's fucking hilarious. I love
Awesome.
that guy. All right, I'm gonna let you. Actually, do you have any?
Mentions, honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I have one.
I have two.
Okay.
So rule is
should-
more honorable mentions goes first, right? Is that the rule?
The one that has more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just get them out of the way. Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell everybody what our top 10 list is? Gonna be? I
Our
don't-
top 10 for September the 3rd at 10:22 Eastern Standard Time, which means The Last Jedi is still canon. Thank you very much. Our top 10 Star Wars what ifs. Everybody knows what if right now. If you think here what if, you're going to think the Marvel series that's out. Really quick. What do you think of what if?
I haven't watched except anything of the first two episodes. I fucking love them.
Yep.
It is some of my favorite Marvel content ever.
Good. Me too. I like it too. I'll say the last episode, the one that just came out this past Wednesday, emotional wreck. Holy shit.
Really?
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
It's like I'm actually shocked Marvel did it. I'm shocked that Marvel actually not allowed it because just there's consequences, and it's like, holy crap.
So what's happening now? There's consequences in this universe.
No, this was a completely different universe.
Okay.
I'm just surprised Marvel ended it like this. Like, I thought there was going to be a different ending, almost like a happy ending per se. And I was
Really?
like, huh? Okay. And I liked it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I know it's got to do with Doctor Strange, right?
Sure does.
Okay. I saw like a thumbnail of somebody doing a breakdown of it, and I was like, okay, that looks cool, like evil Doctor Strange or whatever. But I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, man.
I'm so behind on everything.
Let me know. That's all right.
But,
yeah, you got to finish Snyder Cut. You got to start Titans. You got to finish whatever. You got a lot.
I gotta get caught up with Love After Lockup. Gotta finish Horror Story. God,
That's right.
so
But
much shit.
what you are finished with are your top 10 Star Wars what ifs. That's
Damn.
what brings us here today.
So
Is what if this were to happen in Star Wars? This is our top 10 list.
So I tried to come up with things that had the biggest consequences. I don't know how you came up with your list.
I just kind of not winged it, but this was like when I was thinking about this. These are stories I probably like would be my favorite. Like, what if this happened?
This was a really easy list for me to make
Yeah, it was fairly easy for me too once I got it going.
because I was just like, oh well, what if this? What if this? Mine are in no particular order, and I also want to say they are independent of each other.
Okay.
You can't go like, I wish. This isn't one of mine, but what if Wedge Antilles, was a First Order stormtrooper, and then like you can't combine that one with like what the next one would be. They're all independent stories of themselves.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
I don't want all of these in one story. Is I guess what I'm saying.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
They're all different universes.
Yeah, they're all different what ifs. So my two honorable mentions, and mine are in no particular order because this would be impossible to like, because it would all depend on how the story plays out, which one you would like the most, all that kind of shit. So, my last two are. Hang on.
Riveting.
I don't know what this means. I clearly left a word out. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I'm dyslexic and I was mixing shit up.
Oh, you're good.
My honorable mention is my number 12 technically is what if Luke never left after Ben turned? So what if when he turned into Kylo Ren, he stayed and fought instead of backing down? And dude, when I'm coming in with that with an honorable mention, my list is fucking
hot,
lit.
spitting hot
It's
fire.
lit. That would be interesting to see because that would change the entire sequel trilogy.
It absolutely would.
So it would not like that would be fucking crazy.
It'd probably make a lot of people out there happy.
I know. I'm
But-
not one of them, but
No, yeah,
I
me
like
neither.
what we got.
Yeah, so do I.
Luke turned into Obi-Wan.
I love what we
which
got, actually.
It's poetry. It all has to
Right?
go together.
My God.
My number 11 is what if Yoda refused to train Luke?
Ooh, what if Yoda refused to train Luke? He's just thinking, like, nah, I'm going to go die now.
Yeah, like just it was like, no, you're too old. Fuck you. And
Yeah.
just croaked.
He's crooked. I mean, Obi-Wan, I guess, wouldn't have to have. Well, he still would have intervened, but Yoda probably just would have been like, fuck off, Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then what's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is kind of a funny one. What if the Empire, or I'm sorry, not the Empire. What if the First Order came out of the wrong hyperspace lane and they missed our transport from Batuu on Rise, and it turned
went
into
to
a slow
Bakara?
ride and it actually went to Bakara? Like, what if that actually fucking happened?
I love that.
Right? You're just on there and like you're just chilling with Beck.
We're headed to Bakara. So, how's it going?
Everyone's first time.
Who's never been to? There's some pamphlets behind you. You can see what they offer. You
You're
can
gonna-
make dining reservations up to 60 days in advance on Bakara.
You can see the aquarium. The Bakaran aquarium. You know, normally we're captured by now, so I don't know what's
That's
going
my thing I hate about the only thing I hate about Rise is the story makes absolutely no sense. Hey, it's no longer safe. We got to get you to this planet Bakara. And then the ride turns into, we got to get you back to Batuu.
Yeah.
But you just said it wasn't safe to go back to Batuu.
It's not safe anymore. I know. That was kind of weird that you crash land on Batuu again.
Yeah, and just like, figure it out.
Yeah, Poe's like, yeah, just get your Finn and Poe just like, yeah, get your ass back to
Yeah, it
Batuu.
doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it's still fun.
Yeah. It does,
That's a goat. Was it?
I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, like, I don't know. I think it would have been cool if you were in an escape pod
Yeah,
the whole time.
yeah. Did the pre-show and everything work when you were there last?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
They were slow, though. Like, 3 other ships unloaded while I was standing in that room. That was
Really?
the longest I've ever spent that room. I spent like 5 minutes in that room.
Oh, interesting.
It was awesome. Seeing all the little movements the stormtroopers do.
That's fucking cool.
It was really, really cool.
That's cool.
But, yeah.
All right.
The number 10.
Number 10.
This was one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
What if Luke had died on Hoth?
Ooh, yeah. See, I didn't even think about that one. Good.
Han Solo doesn't
I don't
go
think
out
we're
to
gonna have a lot
save
of crossover.
Yeah, I don't think we are either because there's
Yeah.
so many stories that you could ask. I'm sure we'll probably have like one or two.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Yeah.
But yeah, think about it because like if he's in that moment, he dies on Hoth. There's no turning Vader. The Empire just keeps going.
Maniacal cackling from Palpatine for the
Palpatine.
rest of our lives.
They would have gone after Leia, I guess. Maybe Leia would have gotten called by Obi-Wan to go and
Oh
train
yeah, they
with
could have
Yoda.
trained.
So-
There is another. That's right,
There's
Leia.
another.
Holy shit.
So there's
So we
a
would've
lot of
put-
potential with that one because
Mhm.
I mean that one's because that happens at the beginning of the second film.
Sure does. They could have.
I mean,
When
shit.
did so she became pregnant with Ben, obviously after Return of the Jedi.
Shortly after.
Shortly after. I suppose maybe they could have sped it along. Maybe Leia could have been like, Han, put a baby in me, damn it. We need a Force-sensitive child to bring him.
a baby in you. I want to smuggle.
I'll smuggle something into you.
I'll smuggle some in your mouth. Chewie, I'm going in. I'm going raw. But yeah, that one was interesting to me because like there's so many things like what would make him die? Like would Han not go out there? Did the Wampa kill him?
Yeah, like what?
Like,
yeah, what was that
could have
moment
killed him?
that stopped it from happening?
Yeah. So that was something that I thought was an
Maybe-
interesting story to
Maybe
tell.
it's Chewie's fault. Maybe Chewie talked Han out of going.
Yeah, maybe no, we got to fix the Falcon. Like, quit
Yeah.
fucking looking around for your friend. I'm sure Luke's fine. Get your ass up here and help me
Yeah.
with this.
Luke's
power
fine. He's a
coupling.
Jedi.
He'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out.
All right, what's your number 10?
My number 10. And it is from Fallen Order.
Really? Already?
Yeah.
Wow, off the bat.
Yeah, I like to sprinkle it in. You know, I got other stuff. Sprinkle some stuff in. Siri turns fully to the dark side while being held by the Empire.
Oh, shit.
Remember, she just taps into the dark side a little bit. Well, what if she tapped in just a little too far to escape, and she went full-on dark side Siri badass? She
retained some of those powers, though.
She
Because, like,
did.
when she was fighting off Vader at the end,
Yep.
there's some dark side shit going
'Cause
on there.
Vader
she was choking
and-
him or lifting him up or something.
Yeah, Vader told her that she would have made a great
Great
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor, yep.
Yeah, like, you would have made a great Inquisitor.
That's such a good game. I'm so
Oh.
glad I went back and replayed it.
Me too, because you have a better appreciation
Yeah,
for it now.
the problem is I just did it so fast, and that was when there was so much Star Wars shit coming out. What year did that game come out?
2019.
So that was like right before Mando, right before After
Rise.
Celebration,
Yeah.
right before Galaxy's Edge became.
Yeah,
With
Galaxy's
Rise.
Edge. I'm sure there was tons of
There
stuff
was
going on
so
with
much
that.
shit. All the comics that were coming out, the novels. I just had to read through as much shit and do as much as I
Yeah.
can. Yeah, that's so. I'm really really glad you pushed me to go back and
Excellent.
forced me to. No, I'm just kidding. Made me go back and play the game because I really enjoyed it the second time around
Good.
more than the first time.
If
But I
sh-
did get annoyed by the gameplay again. Like, the
Okay.
mechanics suck. Having a lightsaber and you can't cut vines. It's fucking
Yeah.
stupid. But you can cut through a fucking steel wall sometimes. And then like you can squeeze through these little tight spaces, but then sometimes there's a bigger space than that you can't go
You
through.
can't fit through.
It's fucking annoying. But that's just video games.
I know it is. It is video games.
That's just how it goes. All right, my number 9 is this one isn't as dire consequences as the rest of them. But what if Finn hadn't saved Poe? You know, it's the beginning of The Force Awakens.
Oh yeah.
Does Kylo Ren kill him? I mean, what was the plan there?
I mean, he was trying.
He gets
to,
captured. Was that the scene where he's like, you might want to rethink your technique? That's early on in the movie, right?
Yeah, it is.
And then Finn comes in and saves him after that, right?
He does, but that's after he gets that. It's in a droid unit out of Poe.
So
He probably would have been
But
killed.
he would have just stayed as a prisoner. It would have killed him. I mean, like,
would've killed
they
him,
would just
yeah.
be like, let him go.
No, they wouldn't
So
let him
something
go. He
would
would
have happened.
either stayed a prisoner or Kylo would have just chopped his head off.
Because then that makes Poe not the go-to guy.
Nope.
The mutiny doesn't happen in Episode 8.
That's right.
There's no trio at the end of Rise of Skywalker. There's no one to lead the fight. Like, every little thing's a slippery slope, and that's what I tried to find the things that had the most consequences.
Finn might not be given. I mean, Finn never saves him, so he's never given the motivation. Maybe Finn just accepts his fate as a stormtrooper for the rest of his
and
life.
just goes like, I can't kill my friends.
Yeah,
And it's kind of weird that he just was like, yeah, it's bad now.
yeah, not bad now.
But like, did they ever say that was his first assignment? Like, why did he just snap?
I don't know. I always assumed that, and her name is escaping me, like Lando's possible daughter. Oh my God!
Why am I?
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We meet her in episode 9, but I always thought, because she was a stormtrooper too, and I always thought that they had this moment at the same time where they both felt it in the Force and they stopped their attacks. So I felt like Finn wasn't his first assignment. Jannah. Yeah, there we go. So Jannah and Finn were talking about a moment when they both just kind of felt something. Remember, they were on the
ship,
Ochi ship,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and they were sitting there talking about it. I always felt like that moment happened at the same time, and that was the moment we saw with Finn in The Force Awakens.
Like, they're both Force sensitive, and they both had
Yes.
this moment at the
Yes.
same time, and
Yes.
it was like, this is bad. I got to get out of this.
and that's and
to
that's
be
how they
fair,
got-
though, like in real life, there's been shit where I would be like with friends or something, and like something would happen, and you'd be like, this changed. I don't like this now. Like, I want to get the fuck out.
I've done that every time I hang out with Kyle. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm starting to hate this.
It's like, get me away from
I
this
gotta leave.
fraud.
Yeah,
This piece of shit with his
this
dumb opinions.
short person who can't get on rides at Universal.
Is he really too short?
He's.
He can't get on Fast and the Furious.
Well, I mean, who wants to get on Fast and
He
Furious?
does.
It's
true. He told me it's his favorite ride.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
his
finally
favorite.
admitted it.
He said fuck Rise of the Resistance, Fast and the Furious, family driven, whatever.
Family.
Driven for family. You know, the dude pulling a helicopter, or he's bigger than a helicopter. Have you ridden it at Universal?
Yes, I have.
It's a fucking disaster.
Yes, it is.
It's so bad it's almost funny.
It's
The only thing that's cool is when you're sitting still and it looks like you're going.
Yes,
That's the only part of it that's cool.
but you could do that on King Kong,
Yeah, no,
and it's a better ride.
it's better.
King
Yeah.
Kong's better. Yeah.
They fucked up so bad with that ride.
Yes, they did.
Isn't it weird that they're that inconsistent? Like,
You're
Universal
right.
can give you Harry Potter and
Hagrid's
Hagrid
so
and Forbidden Journey is my favorite theme park attraction that's not
Forbidden
Rise of the
Journey's so good.
Resistance. And then they give you that shit after. It's not like that was a stepping stone. That shit came after.
And then you are pumping up Velocicoaster to
It's
me.
the shit.
I'm doing.
I like Hagrid better, but it's the shit.
Okay. I'm rope dropping Velocicoaster tomorrow. Just me. Courtney's not going to do it.
Really?
She's. It's too intense for her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just from the looks of it, too intense for
It's
her.
a pretty intense coaster. I mean, if it's like she doesn't like upside down and like that kind of stuff. There's one part where it feels like you're falling out.
Oh, good. I can't wait for that.
Just hold on. It's weird because I've never been on a roller coaster that I've been on roller coasters that like corkscrew and shit.
Yeah.
But this corkscrews and you stay upside down for a little bit while you're riding.
It's a
upside
long
down.
one. I saw
It's
that.
Weird.
That's the only part of it where I have the slightest bit of anxiousness about.
At least you're over water, so if something does happen, you'll just fall in the water. You'll be fine.
no, it's yeah. I don't give a fuck. It's probably why they designed it over water. I'm like, yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked, and like somebody doesn't click it in all the way and shit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody fell out. I like that feeling, but I don't. The one I don't like the most is those inverted coasters where like you sit like this and then it flips you over. There's one at Carowinds in North Carolina.
Oh.
Like you literally get in like sitting like this,
Yeah.
and you ride up like this, and then the track flips you over. And
Oh.
you're facing down and like SeaWorld has one.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hate those.
Yes.
Where you like feel like you're falling and then, like there is a give.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. Don't give me a give. Just fucking get me in there. I don't want to feel like first time I ever did it, I thought it was falling out because like it's like
Yeah.
a harness kind of thing
Yeah.
that gives a little bit. And I'm like, don't fucking do that. It's like
Yeah.
like I had a fucking heart attack. I hate that feeling.
Wow.
Anyway,
My number 9. And my number 9, this one could be on yours too. I feel like this would be on a lot of people's what ifs for Star Wars. But what if Luke and Leia swapped places? So specifically thinking,
Go on.
think what if he oh my god, Bail Organa. Wow, his name was escaping me. Bail Organa said, "We've always wanted a son instead of a daughter." That was the what if moment. I always wanted a son, so they brought Luke home, and Leia went to. Oh, I'm good. Yeah. Leia went to live on Tatooine with her, distant family.
This is not on my list, and I'm pissed that it's not because I didn't even think about that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, all right. I thought this was not cliche, but I just felt like too obvious, maybe. I don't know, but
I don't know. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That's upsetting because that's a really good one.
Just think about the possibilities. Like Leia training to be the Jedi, the chosen one from start, and then Luke being the prince, who's
the Prince of Alderaan.
The Prince of Alderaan.
That'd be fucking wild.
I kind of like it. Hearing the Prince of Alderaan, it's pretty badass. So let's have Luke and Leia swap places. Why not? Why the fuck not? I mean, everyone would love like a full Leia scale on Jedi story.
I love that idea. I really do. That might be my favorite one that I didn't even come up with. That might be my favorite one. Like, the implications of that are wild.
Hell yeah.
That's a really fucking good one, man. That's a good one.
Thank
I'm
you.
impressed with that. I didn't know you were that smart.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Neither did I.
I'm fucking with you. My number 8 is, this one I think is really fucking simple and really duh. But it does have, again, my criteria was what has the biggest impact to the whole saga.
Yes.
What if Padme didn't die in Revenge of the Sith?
Yes.
I'm
What
sure
if?
that's on. Is that on your list?
It's actually not.
No.
No.
Sweet. I thought we'd have more crossover than this. I'm glad we don't now.
Me too.
But yeah, like, think about that moment. Like, if she could have just talked her way into not dying, then you wouldn't have. If this is a lesson for women. Sometimes just shut the fuck up, okay? Tom pushes the microphone away. Just shut the fuck up sometimes, huh? Let the men handle it, and you stay your ass on the ship. You didn't have to do that. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing getting off that ship, coming and being a smart ass. Like, Annie, what happened? You know what happened. You saw the shit. Obi-Wan told you, stay your ass on the ship, let men handle business. Not fucking with you. But in all seriousness, like, if she could have, stayed alive, that means that Luke and Leia don't have to go with Bail Organa and with Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. They
could live with their half-charred father and
and Bliss,
a live mother. Yeah, and Bliss,
and married Bliss.
And he's like, "Go see your father, son." And he's like,
would have been great to have Anakin be a deadbeat dad,
literally and figuratively. Yeah. Literally, like he's got no limbs.
Luke, please scrape my dead skin off my chin.
And every now and again, he has to be like, do you know who John Holmberg is? Radio host in Phoenix. So he does.
How would I know who that is?
Because he knows, like, he has Burr on a ton.
He is what a ton?
Bill Burr's on his show a ton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. Especially when he like in Phoenix, like he knows Frank Caliendo like really well. But anyway, he does this. He needs a good voice.
Is he syndicated? Is he in other places?
No,
it's just in Arizona.
He doesn't want to be syndicated. He's like one of those guys. He's like,
I like where I'm at.
He's like, no. He's like, the moment I become syndicated is the moment I can't do what I want to do anymore.
He's very right.
Yeah,
especially now.
Yeah,
radio's so goddamn terrible.
So anyway,
anybody worth doing radios, except for this guy, seems is doing a podcast.
My voice for Anakin was reminding me about how John Holmberg does his Helen Keller impersonation, and it's just like,
that's so fucking funny.
John Holmberg.
But I mean, think about that. If she's even just think about the implications of that scene after, she could have got on the ship. She could have called someone for help.
Maybe if she stayed alive. Maybe. I mean, this is after Anakin force chokes her, correct?
Yeah, if she just wasn't
did die after she gave birth.
Yeah, because she doesn't die there, but she kind of. I mean, she doesn't do anything after that, does she? It's just
she gives him.
She goes from there to being dead,
yeah.
essentially, right? So for all intents, I mean, I know she dies in childbirth, but she kind of dies there.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, maybe she wouldn't have lost the will to live.
Maybe.
Which is the worst writing in any fucking thing that's that big of a production I've ever seen. Sorry.
What if see what I did there? What if they're just like chilling there and Obi-Wan's like, oh fuck, she died. And then the Kaminoan is like, no, I got the special juice right here, and injects her. And she's like, yo, Padme's
gives her
back.
super serum, and she's Captain America?
She's Captain Padme.
Dude, that'd be the shit.
Captain Amidala.
Captain Alderaan.
Captain Alderaan. Captain Naboo.
Captain Naboo, that's right.
Yeah.
Naboo, not Alderaan. Fuck. I fucked my own joke.
Am I on number 8?
Yeah.
Are we on number 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if, and I like this one a lot, and I'm tapping into Clone Wars, but Darth Maul is a very complicated Sith, okay? What if Darth Maul, we saw this played out, or tried to be played out in the final damn near perfect episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars, which I need to watch again. But Maul was trying to get to Anakin before Order 66. He was trying to get to Anakin before all this shit went down. He kept saying Skywalker. He knew Skywalker was the key. What if Darth Maul got to Anakin before his turn or Order 66? What if, and I'm saying, I see two things. I see Maul pissed off at Palpatine, basically how Palpatine treated him, and he kills him while killing Anakin at the same time. Or he just kills Anakin and becomes the apprentice to Palpatine yet again, proving his worth.
Yeah, those are good.
And then he essentially takes Vader's role in the universe. Then again, it wouldn't be that big of a story.
But the way that they did, like, I always thought that when you, not in the original trilogy when you're watching it, but when you see the story as a whole, that everything that Vader does is still very much like he could have killed Luke on Bespin.
Yeah.
It was all very controlled. Maul wouldn't be controlled.
No.
He would just be killing everybody he could kill.
And Maul would have, like, purposeful vengeance.
Yeah.
He's always had that.
And he would, I think Maul would have overthrown the Emperor, like Snoke style.
Oh, yeah.
Because he ain't gonna put up with that shit.
Which would have been fun to see.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot of fun.
What if Darth Maul became Emperor?
Oh, see, I like that better. Darth Maul becoming the Emperor.
That could happen. I mean, that could have happened if
Yeah.
there's certain things that played out. I mean,
Vader still could have existed in that universe.
yeah.
Because he kills the Emperor in front of Vader, and Vader feeling scared, seeing like, well, if Maul was stronger than Palpatine, he probably knows how to get Padme back too. So I'm going to pledge my allegiance to him.
Yeah, because that's all he wanted was her back.
Yep.
And if he just hadn't choked her, if she'd just shut the fuck up.
Rest in peace to Razor Crest. I'm looking at your painting over there.
Say what?
R.I.P. to the Razor Crest.
Oh, I know. That was the bittersweet thing about the HasLab project was that they're like, hey, remember that ship he had in season 2? Do you want to own one? They should have just done a HasLab Black Series where it was just shards of the just the burn site.
Why not? What's number 7, sir?
Number 7 for me is what if the Rebels didn't blow up the first Death Star?
Ooh, shit. How many more planets would we have lost?
They were honing in on Yavin, right? That was because they were trying to destroy that planet because the base was there.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
They would have destroyed Yavin, which could have crippled the entire rebellion, because that's like where their base was. There would be no more rebellion. I mean,
yeah, there would have been.
You would have had a
story
scene
by
like,
George Lucas.
You would have had a scene kind of like in Last Jedi, where some people got off, some people didn't. The people who did were trying to rebuild. It would have been a very different story.
Yeah,
I mean, not very, very different, because there's still kind of a ragtag group in Empire Strikes Back,
right?
You know, fleeing to Hoth. But that was something I thought would be interesting. Now, over under 5 of these, when they ultimately do make a What If Star Wars series, and Lucasfilm, we know you're listening. But
please, they're listening.
Send your check, because I'm keeping this list because I want to know.
I'm keeping this one too.
Because there's gonna be shit from this that gets pulled 100%.
I guarantee you the Luke and Leia one's gonna be it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a really, really good one.
Thank you.
That's my favorite one so far, by the way.
Mine too, actually. My number 7, I think you're going to like, and you might have this on here, and I may have forgotten that this is a comic book, so you have to keep me honest.
Okay.
But I would want it more in a like what if fashion. But what if R5 didn't malfunction?
Yeah, I don't have that one.
No,
which is surprising.
Yeah, I am surprised. Is it
yeah.
a comic? Is it?
I feel like I don't. Maybe a Dark Horse comic from back in the day.
Okay, but there's nothing even like
nothing canon.
Canon, right?
Well, this wouldn't be canon in the first place because it's what if. But
yeah, well, what if canon is some multiverse? R5 didn't malfunction,
Yeah.
and then R2 stuck with the
Jawas.
The Jawas, yeah, exactly.
Can't get the message to Ben, and
nope.
Then that would be a real short story. Come with me.
Story about George Lucas.
It'd be a real short film. Yeah, it's a good one. I think in that what's the name of that book? From a Certain Point of View.
Yeah.
They kind of talk about like him and R2 had a discussion and he malfunctioned on purpose.
Oh shit. Okay.
So he was like, I got you. If they pick me, I got you.
Okay.
He was a real deal. That's why I love R5.
So but
that's not why.
Let's say they still talk to each other and R5 gave him like the the droid middle finger as he was walking away.
He's like, "Fuck
nope,
you, Bluey."
I'm going with this family.
Yeah, I want a home,
He
motherfucker.
starts playing rap as he's like rolling away. They see me rolling. They hate it. So
That's a good one. Yeah. I love R5. Anything with R5.
R5's good.
Dude, that rum is fucking ridiculous. That little bit, and I'm feeling it already.
Yeah.
That's only my second drink of the night.
Damn.
Whew.
Have you eaten today?
Very little. I had
It's-
White Castle.
Oh, well.
That's how low I felt. I went.
Oh, God, he's just shitting everywhere.
Yeah, I went and got White Castle. Every once in a while, you get the hankering for a fucking White Castle.
Hell yeah.
You like White Castle?
I love White Castle.
I love it,
I'm
too.
from Chicago. That's so I grew up
Have you
with
been
it.
to the new one yet? The one that's right
Here?
it's
No.
right here?
No.
It's right across the street.
I should go.
Right across I-4, I should say.
I-4.
All right, number 6. I'm sure you have this one. Like, I would, if you don't have this one, I would be surprised. Like, truly, truly surprised. What if Qui-Gon didn't die in Phantom Menace?
I don't have it.
God damn it! I'm glad.
Yeah.
I thought for sure if we had a crossover, it'd be that one.
I thought about it, but I feel like you're obviously the Qui-Gon guy, so I don't think I'd.
He's
felt
my
like-
dude. I
yeah.
love Qui-Gon. I don't even mean like he. I think you could just have that same scenario. Like, it would be an interesting dichotomy. I think is the right word I'm looking for. No, because it's 3 people, so it wouldn't be a dichotomy. A trichotomy.
Trichotomy.
It'd be an interesting trichotomy. Let's go with it. For Anakin to fall when Qui-Gon and Ben were both looking after him.
Yeah.
Like
Ooh.
that, I would love that version of the prequels.
Yes.
Like if they ever said they were redoing the prequels and those were going to be the new canon versions, I want that story.
Okay.
I want to see young Qui-Gon and young Obi-Wan, like almost like Odd Couple raising Anakin, essentially, and watching the shit just go south. Keep the outcome the same,
Mm-hmm.
and like have them both fighting him on Mustafar, like everything the same, but Qui-Gon's there too. I think that.
Oh,
would
have
be-
them both
that-
fight on
yes.
Mustafar. Okay.
I think that would be fucking awesome.
Would you
'Cause-
cause any conflict between Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan?
Yeah, you'd have to have some sort of
Okay.
conflict between the two of them because they don't get along. Anyway, once you read Master and the Apprentice, you'll kind
Okay.
of get a better understanding of their relationship.
Okay.
Because it seems like good and shit in the movies, but it was kind of a weird, like Qui-Gon seemed like a very stoic guy, and Obi-Wan like really wanted approval.
Okay.
and never really got it, and he kind of looked at Qui-Gon like a father. That's the part of the book that's really really good. Some of
Okay.
that shit's boring, but that would be so interesting. Just
Hell yeah.
just think about the prequels. But everything that happened, just Qui-Gon's there too.
Yes, it would make it better. It absolutely would make it better. Probably make
The
Attack of the
stakes are
Clones
higher
watchable.
because they're just all going off of what this dead dude said as like because they said they would.
Yep. Yep.
Like that's weird. It's not weird. I mean, it's what people do. But
yeah,
like,
it's what Jedi do.
yeah, it's just it'd be an interesting story. I think it would be.
All right, let's do it.
What's your number 6?
My number 6. So, we all know Eno Cordova from Fallen Order. Here's another Fallen Order one for me. What if, and this one's a little bit of a...
Cordova, sorry, is the Jedi that you're looking for.
He's the
Holographic
the
one that, like,
holographic
guides you
Jedi.
through.
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
that guides you to the holocron, guides you through like the history of the Zepho and all that stuff.
You didn't get those comics last time.
I did not.
Remind me tonight.
I will.
I want you to read them because I was looking through them the other day. I'm like, ooh, he's going to
Okay,
like this.
yeah, I got you. I will. So, what if Eno Cordova was an initial trick of the Emperor? Listen out. Who knew of Cal's existence all along and baited Cal into finding the holocron. If the Vader stuff still happens, though, as Darth didn't know of Palp's involvement with the fake Eno Cordova trick. So this is Palpatine from afar. He knows of this existing Jedi Cal, right, for whatever fucking reason. So he tricks it, like he's like, all right, this one's not going to be as easy. I keep seeing the Inquisitors fail. I'm going to try something else and not tell my apprentice about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets Eno Cordova, this fake, Jedi. He's even controlling Siri and everything because of the stories that they tell. No, I take that back. Siri would be believing Cal's stories because she never sees Eno.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll just be like, yeah, that sounds like my mentor. That sounds like him. So Palpatine.
Yeah, because she never sees him.
Right.
That's a
she,
good...
She never sees him.
I never put that together. She never even...
She never sees him.
That
It's
would
just
be
Cal.
What if it's just like, oh, I like that. That's really interesting.
Do you see where I'm going? So Palpatine is just creating a Force dark, sitting from his chair, doing it all.
So is the holocron thing a lie?
No,
Because if he knew where that was, wouldn't he just want to grab it?
he needs a Jedi to open it.
Sith need a Jedi to open the Jedi holocron?
Don't they?
I don't know shit about holocrons. I know they have them at Galaxy's Edge.
I think.
I mean, it would make sense if there's a Jedi and a Sith one.
Well, hold on.
I was gonna say, didn't what's his name? Ezra
opened one with Maul. I was just getting to that. Sith Sith.
Was it
holocron?
A Jedi holocron though?
No, it was from the Sith temple because they were deep in a
Does
Sith temple.
it just need to be a Force user?
Maybe it just needs to be a Force user. So for whatever
Well,
reason,
but you could just not even have the holocron play a part of it. It's just some aimless shit that he's chasing.
Yeah.
Whether it's real or not doesn't make a difference.
It's still trying to find some sort of secret list of Force users because that's what they were looking for to try to restore the Jedi Order. But that's what Palpatine wants. He wants that list. So for whatever reason, we can leave that up to the game developers. For whatever reason, Cal needs to get that holocron, and Palpatine can't get it without Cal.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one, man.
So then, but the part I like is at the end when the Vader shit still happens. Trilla still dies, but that's not in Palpatine's plans, because Vader didn't know what Palpatine was doing with Cal the whole time.
I like it. That's a good one, and I never even put it together that she doesn't even see that it's him.
Yeah, so it's like
He
she
just
wouldn't
says the name.
even
It could have been.
suspicious.
That would have been a really cool. Dang, that would have been really cool.
Just a what if, maybe a downloadable content if you listen to Square Enix.
Dude, that's another that is a really fucking good one.
Thank you.
I didn't even think about that because she never sees him.
No,
Why doesn't she ever go with him? Why is that
'Cause
bitch another woman not doing shit to help?
because she's cut herself off from the Force.
Where we heard that one before. I'm just kidding, everyone. Oh, fucking relax. I'm not
What's your number 5?
shitting on women. My number 5 is, what if Anakin got on the council as master?
Ooh.
And this one I came up with because this is going to sound weird, but I was watching some World War II stuff about Hitler and how he was trying to get into art school. And like I'd known that, but like they showed some of his paintings that I know all that like that before I watched the video.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wonder what would have happened if Hitler had got into art school. Like, would World War II have happened? Would he have been sufficed and satisfied as an artist? Yeah. So I kind of went like, I wonder if Anakin, if he had gotten what he wanted, if he'd have chilled the fuck out. Not usually how people work, but
No, if you're like destined to be the asshole, you're going to be destined to be
you're
the asshole.
Even though there are people who are worse than him, like Stalin, people just you're Hitler. Like that's the word. Like no one's naming their kid Adolf now.
No, that stopped.
Yeah.
No, that'd be good.
Imagine
What
being
if
so
Anakin made
evil.
master?
It'd be so evil they just take your name out of the baby book.
What is it with the A names, Anakin and Adolf?
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, I always wondered about that because because that's really what makes him angry is. That's what sets him off.
What if he gets up and kills the council himself? If he's a master, he just like pissed off something they say, kills them all except for Yoda. Maybe Yoda's.
What if he killed Yoda?
Oh my God, he would. He why not? He's there. Just stabs him right in his little frog face.
Of that, what happens?
Yeah,
everything plays out the same, but he kills Yoda. That's not on my list, but it should be. That's what I love about this is you can just literally go at any plot point and just go left turn. What if the opposite of this happened?
Absolutely.
My number 1 is fucking lit, I think. Oh, can't wait to get to my number 1.
Well, let's get to it because I am
5?
on number 5. So this one, Finn gave into the Force early on. Like the moment he lit that lightsaber, he felt it, and he gives into the Force full on. His what if is going beyond what he perceives his limitations to be when he fought Kylo. Now, I know Kylo was clearly fucking with him. I know he was.
Yeah, it's actually even in the novelization that he was fucking with him.
It was you that was telling me that, actually. So
I'm the book guy, probably.
Yeah.
I used to be the book guy. I'm not anymore.
Yeah, no, you are. At least when I need book knowledge. But anyway, Kylo clearly was fucking with Finn, but Finn gives into a little bit more power, and he's followed along with Rey. And I would make this, now Evan, plug your ears. I would make this the real Force dyad in the sequel trilogy and have them be together if you need a couple to be together so bad. Finn and Rey make more sense, ladies and gentlemen.
100%.
They just do.
I agree. Because At every turn, it was, "Where's Rey? Where's Rey?
Ray!
Rey! That's the first thing he says when he wakes up in Last Jedi. Rey. He literally goes, "Rey!"
Yep.
It's,
That's all you got paid to
I
say.
love that guy. I love Finn. He's a loyal motherfucker.
He is loyal. I like
I
him.
love him.
Number 4. All right, we're in our top 5 here. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is, what if Luke turned to the dark side, Return of the Jedi? He
Takes his father's place at his side.
He's like, all right.
Again, I don't have this one on my list. We don't have any crossover yet. This is crazy.
I think we're gonna have at least one.
We'll
my
see.
number 3, I think we're gonna.
Okay.
Or my number 2, I think we're gonna.
Okay.
Have a crossover.
Okay. But
If we don't, that'd be the first time we've ever not had a crossover
that'd be spectacular.
somehow. Because even with Evan here, it's,
Oh, 3 people.
10
yeah.
more, you would have probably
Yeah.
had some sort of crossover. But this might be the first time we don't have any crossover whatsoever.
So Luke goes dark. Everybody would love to see this. Everybody, me included.
Puts on his dead dad's helmet. I'm Darth Vader now, bitch.
Good.
Good.
Bleeds a kyber crystal right there in front of the Emperor.
Ooh,
Fuck yeah. That'd be the shit.
that'd be sick.
He's already dressed in black.
Emperor Skywalker.
Emperor Skywalker.
That'd be the name of it, Emperor
Or just
Skywalker.
Darth Skywalker.
Or that.
Because I think it'd be cool if they hung around and Luke helped control the galaxy.
Okay. Yeah.
Just literally kills his dad and takes his place. 'Cause that's the whole thing, right? Like,
Yep.
Cut your father down and take his
Oh,
place
okay,
at
so
my
you want the
side.
Emperor and Luke together.
separate
Okay.
Emperor Luke. Let him ride out into the sunset. Just fucking shit up.
That works.
I think it'd be dope. That'd be a really cool,
Hell yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Dichotomy.
No, I said that once already. It's a drinking game. Every time Brad says dichotomy. A good, relationship. What's the word I'm looking for? Chemistry? Yeah, good chemistry.
Good chemistry.
Between the two of them, what that chemistry would be like. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your number 4?
Number 4 is, okay, Grogu was never saved from Jedi Temple. Anakin got to him.
Makes the
And
Mando a whole lot less entertaining.
that's exactly it. And he's never up for a bounty as Mando. So the way I see it is, the Mandalorian, he's in a tailspin. Din is in a tailspin, right? He was going down before Grogu came into his life. So what is that?
All the
that,
bounties were drying up and shit.
The fact that Grogu doesn't live completely fucks Din Djarin's life up. That would be the huge what
starts
if.
doing spice.
Yes, he had spice. He tries to become a runner. He gets caught. He gets jailed. Eaten by a Wookiee.
That's a good one. That's some wild shit that could go down with
Because
that.
that'd be a good 30-minute Star Wars what if episode. It would.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Grogu didn't survive. Din's fucked.
Yeah.
His life spirals down.
Because, okay, so the first episode, what would be the bounty then? What he'd just be doing regular bounty
He'd
hunter
be
shit?
doing regular shit. Yeah.
And just getting
And
getting
it would
murked?
be more about his life spiraling. We know what his story
Actually,
is.
I wonder if that's what season 3 is going to be.
Without Grogu, he's just
a
who is
mess.
he? Who is he?
He lost his identity. His
He
whole
has.
thing was protecting that kid. I wouldn't say I'm excited for Mando season 3. I am, but I'm more curious than I am excited. I'm
get
like,
it.
where the fuck is this going?
Yeah.
What are we doing? I think they're gonna. I'm standing firm by my season 3 episode 6 finale is gonna be. Is it 6 episodes or 8 episodes? 8 episodes. 8 episode finale is going to be some sort of distress call from Ahsoka or from Grogu of shit got real at Luke's.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a pretty significant time jump at some point in the show.
Right to the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's still 5 years before Force Awakens?
I wouldn't. Yes.
7 years.
I wouldn't
before?
be shocked if we get a couple year time jump before now in
you see
season 3.
a slightly older Grogu, so they can sell even more Disney merch.
Slightly, yeah. Maybe not quite the transition we saw from Groot to baby Groot to teenage Groot.
No, it would have to be more subtle than that. You
It's
want it to just be
subtle.
more
Different
talking.
He's okay, so he's gonna probably have a little bit bags under the eyes, more talking. I bet she's got a different coat on.
Yeah,
So he looks
some
older.
shit.
Damn it! I want a Grogu lightsaber, Galaxy's
I
Edge.
do too.
Hollywood Studios, you fucking hear me?
I think Yoda's.
I know you can.
Did you ever hear?
Fucking pricks.
They probably could from where.
Yeah,
we are.
that's exactly why I'm screaming.
Dude, did I ever tell you that in my old apartment in this same complex, you could see the Tower of Terror from my kids' room?
That's awesome.
It was fucking awesome. You had to like really squint and see it, but you could
I
see
don't care.
it.
You still
it was
saw
the
it.
shit.
Yeah.
I think Yoda's is one of the next lightsabers at Galaxy's Edge. You heard it here first.
Yoda's after Cal's on October 1st.
I think they're gonna.
I'll be there.
I think they're releasing a new wave.
I'm all for it. I got to get Ben's. I have to get.
I
have to
would
get
say get
Anakin's.
Ben's. Ben's was supposed to be special edition in the first
I
place.
will. I just.
At least that's what I was told. That doesn't fucking mean anything. But
I
that's
won't
what
be
was told.
in Hollywood Studios until at least I'm the
You
first
said you
time
wanted
on
me to
AP.
grab it for you
If you're there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're going tomorrow. So
Please let me know.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I'll grab
As soon as you do it, I'll shoot the money over.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll be $350.
Okay, you can go get fucked.
I'm kidding. Because I think that one's going to be the next one that kind of dips out.
Yeah.
Because it was the first new one.
Yes.
I got that one the day it came out.
Nice. It's such a great one.
It's a
I'm actually
great
upset I
one.
haven't gotten it yet.
I remember like not even really realizing that you could see his lightsaber in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Because you only see it. That's why it's so weird that would even fucking exist. You see it for a second on his like nightstand in Last Jedi,
Just grabs it, right?
and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it, and he like, no, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm bringing in the fucking heat now. You
Oh
ready?
boy, yeah.
Number 3. What if the rebels failed on Scarif and
Ooh.
didn't get the Death Star plans?
Ooh. That's a great one. Spectacular.
They did all that shit, didn't work. Krennic got it, won at the end. Shit didn't go down. They didn't get blown up.
Bye-bye.
How would that unfold? Like, so what would happen?
Oh,
They wouldn't have gotten the Death Star plans, so they wouldn't have even had a chance to do A New Hope. Luke wouldn't be a thing.
Nope. So they probably would have immediately retaliated and just blown the fuck up out of the closest rebel base that they could have found,
Which would
because
be Yavin, right?
yeah,
Because
they would have went right to Yavin.
that's just one continuous day, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. They would have went right there.
Day or 2 or 3, or like not a long period of time. I wish Star Wars would be more clear about how many days and should have passed. Like, how long did Yoda train Luke on Dagobah? Was it weeks?
I always assumed weeks.
Because if it's
days
if it's
to weeks,
days, then it's the same amount of training Rey got.
Ugh.
And why are we pissed at Rey?
we shouldn't be.
Same character.
Yeah,
I will never understand that hate. I don't get it.
Rey got more training.
I think so.
I think she did.
I mean,
She
she had that whole year gap from episode 8 to 9.
She
to
got
learn.
training from Leia,
Luke,
I mean,
indirectly Yoda. All the sacred
indirectly,
texts
yeah.
she had. I mean, Yoda knew who she was.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of. Rey's a great character. I don't understand it. It's just it's dude. Like I've said before, it's the same motherfuckers that said the prequel sucked. Now they're like, fucking Hayden's coming back. I thought you I thought you hated him.
In 20 years, we're going to get people who are
diehard for
when-
these movies are fucking great.
when
It's already
Rey
starting to
makes her
change.
cameo in the the second trilogy.
It's already starting to change.
Yeah,
You
it
can
is.
see the. I was always kind of skeptical when the Force Awakens came out and people loved it. I was like, that's not really how Star Wars fans go.
Yeah.
And then you started seeing the people going, it's just a rehash of Episode 4.
Member berries. Bah.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I love South Park.
Me too. So much.
All right, what's your number 3?
Number 3, we've got an epic Rebels moment of Maul and Obi-Wan. But what if Maul succeeded in killing Obi-Wan Kenobi at that moment?
Damn.
Luke would have been completely fucked.
Yep, would have happened.
That wouldn't have happened. Leia would have been screwed, essentially, without having Luke as her backup protection.
There'd have been no You're My Only Hope.
Nope.
He'd be gone.
Nope.
I
Because
can't believe we don't have any crossover yet.
I can't believe it either. R2-D2
This
would
is-
have gone to Tatooine somehow,
This
but
just shows how big the universe is
Yes.
and how much shit could happen in it.
absolutely. And it kind of gives a tip away to our styles and our likes, too, a little
Yeah.
bit more, too, which is excellent. That's what you want. You want difference. You don't want the same.
Yeah, I hate when we have listeners the
Yeah.
same shit. You're like, fuck.
So Maul kills Obi-Wan. So then what does Maul do, right? We know the timeline collapse that creates for everything else. What does Maul do? Does he go ride into the sun? I think because he's a very vengeful Sith, he goes after Vader. I think he's going to turn and go after Vader, go after Anakin, try to kill him, and then either rule aside Palpatine, or he's probably going to kill Palpatine too. So
Unless he couldn't. Well, didn't they fight in Clone Wars?
Palpatine
and yeah,
Maul?
was that Rebels? Because it was him. It was Palpatine.
Palpatine fought
Savage,
somebody.
Oppress. That's his brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they fought,
All right.
and he whooped that motherfucker's ass.
Yeah,
Killed
yeah.
his brother.
Yes. I think. I don't know.
See,
Evan
that would
know.
that's enough fuel right there to want to get after that motherfucker.
Yeah, it is. So, yep, he'd go do it. All right.
It's a good one.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is what if Ben didn't kill Snoke?
Ooh. What would he have done instead?
That's what I want to. That's what I'm curious about. Like, because that was literally a spur of the moment. Fuck this dude for talking down to me this whole goddamn time. I want my helmet. Let me wear my fucking helmet. You're just a child. You're just a child in a mask. Like, what would have happened with Rey there? Would have
Rey would have been killed.
She'd been fucked.
Yeah, she killed 2 ways, from Snoke and from...
Then also too, like, so you could have potentially seen a Palpatine conversation with Snoke. That's where my brain went. Like, you could have had them like talk about coming to Exegol.
What if...
Because Palpatine knows who Snoke is. He made Snoke. So, like, they're clearly in contact at some point.
Man, it would have been sick if he would have pulled some life force from Rey through Snoke and then turned into the Emperor in the room.
Through Rey?
Yeah. Like through Rey, yeah. That would have been kind of sick.
That would have been fucking awesome.
That would have been cool.
That would have been a whole weird left turn. He would have been like, what the fuck?
Whoa!
Last
yeah.
Jedi's weird.
Yeah, like, okay.
I remember the first reviews. Did you ever watch Collider Jedi Council?
No, but you've mentioned it a few
I
times.
loved that show. It's so much fun to go back and watch all the speculation leading up to all this shit. But one of the things I remember was Christian Harloff got to go to the red carpet premiere. And he came out, and this is when I turned my phone off, was when I saw this tweet. He said, Last Jedi is not my favorite Star Wars movie, but it's the most ballsy Star Wars movie I've ever seen. And I literally just turned my phone off and was like, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm done for a while. I'm just going to wait till I see the movie.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, it's fucking ballsy.
It is
like,
ballsy.
It's a very ballsy movie.
Yes, sir.
Like it or not, it's what it was. But what's your number 2?
My number 2.
That's the one I thought we'd have in common, by the way.
You didn't do number 2 yet, did you?
Yeah.
Which one?
Ben didn't kill Snoke?
Oh, Ben didn't kill... Duh, yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm sitting here thinking that you were on number 2. Oh, yes. Okay, I was thinking I was at your 3. No, number 2. Okay, so Ben and Rey flip spots, okay? So hear me out on this one. Ben trains all the way through because the Knights don't find... so they're flipping spots. Ben's going to train all the way through Luke's Jedi school. And the Knights
of Ren don't show up.
of Ren don't show up. They're looking for Rey instead.
Because she's a Palpatine.
Because she's a Palpatine
clone, essentially.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
They're looking for her for Palpatine.
That would have made more sense.
Yes. So Palpatine dies because he can't sense Rey, because Rey is becoming dark on her own. Like, she's not getting any... She's like this fleeing... Like this...
Well, we see her do that in Last Jedi.
Right.
You went straight to the dark.
And
like,
because
that's the
she doesn't
first
have
thing
guidance...
It was going to give me answers.
Yeah.
He's like, get the fuck out of here.
So
no, thanks.
She figures her force power is kind of on her own, and she becomes dangerous because she's harnessing the dark side to shield herself from the light. So Palpatine was looking for her, and this is all in like a big story movie production, but Palpatine's looking for her, and he's looking for Rey's light, but he can't find her light, so he dies. So Palpatine, we know he survives, or he's trying to survive through clones, but his force spirit or whatever just dies because Rey went dark before he anticipated it. I don't know. Star Wars could explain it somehow. It works in my head.
I think the Knights of Ren looking for Rey makes more sense than the Knights of Ren showing up at Luke's temple for some reason. I still don't understand why they went there.
It's in the comic, I remember. But anyway, to finish up my quick thought, the dark side guides Rey to learning these force abilities, and it's still this is probably my favorite part. It still takes her to the second Death Star, but she doesn't retrieve the Wayfinder. She retrieves and somehow reforges Vader's saber.
Whoo! You have a reforged Vader saber.
That'd be cool.
Damn.
And that's what she uses
That's awesome.
to fight Ben, who's a now fully trained Jedi Knight.
That would be dope.
Because Luke's alive, Luke's happy, Luke and Leia are together. Han's probably still with Leia because Ben never, went off and did his thing.
So my number one feeds into that. It's funny you said that because my number one is what if Han didn't fall in love with Leia?
Ooh, that's I mean,
That's the one I thought was the biggest. Like, oh shit! Like, what would have happened?
they still could have conceived a child.
But like, not interested. I'm all set because like
Deadbeat dad, yeah.
the way he kind of like brushes her off in the first movie.
Yeah,
It's like I want my reward. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
give me my
and
fruit
then-
basket.
Yeah, give me my little swag bag. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Going back to smuggling spice or whatever the fuck he was up to. But I always thought that would be interesting because it's like, because initially they didn't make it to where Luke and Leia were brother and sister. So like,
Right.
would that have been a different storyline? Like, would they have? I don't know. It's a weird one. Like, what if they? Because then, what if they didn't fall in love? They never hooked up. There's no Kylo Ren. There's no disappointment for Luke. Luke continues to be a Jedi, trains a new order of Jedi. There's
First
some
Order
other kid
rises.
could have fucked it up.
Yeah,
Like I've always loved these what if things, but my dad, I remember one time, I was like, what if the Beatles weren't the Beatles? I remember asking my dad that, and he was like, well, it just would have been somebody else.
it's true.
I was like, I never thought of that.
It's like, what if Metallica was never Metallica?
Yeah.
Would Dream Theater be my number one band? It
I
probably
hope
would.
not.
They would probably be my
time?
number one. Yeah, I
Really?
love Dream Theater. Yeah.
I don't not like Dream Theater. I like this song, "This Dying Soul" is one of the greatest songs
Oh my
ever.
God, yeah.
I fucking love that song.
Yeah.
But I don't see them as like a great band. I also don't know a lot of their music.
Yeah.
But that's weird. That would be your number two. I thought somebody like Slayer or something would have been your number two.
I'm really
Judas
for a metal
Priest?
fan. Oh, look, when it comes to, I put Dream Theater in a different category. They are progressive metal, and then you've got like the thrash heavies. Like I love Metallica's my number one, high on top of the mountain. No one touches them. And then in that second class for me, they all jumble together, and it depends. It's Pantera, Judas Priest, Anthrax, Megadeth, and then lesser tiers to Godsmacks.
Do you ever see Machine Head?
I have seen Machine Head.
They
live.
are one of the greatest fucking live shows I've ever seen.
Good shit, yeah.
Dude, I almost died at a Machine Head concert. I was in Amos's South End in Charlotte, and I was
Nice.
like maybe 17 when I see
Okay.
Machine Head because it
Yeah,
was
dangerous. A little
It was
dangerous.
the drum. It wasn't the drummer. Was it the drummer from Pantera? No,
Vinnie Paul, the drummer.
no.
The
Somebody
guitarist,
from Pantera was
Dimebag.
in. Was it not Pantera? Who was in Machine
Down.
Head?
I don't. Was anybody?
I thought somebody was from a different band in Machine Head. Am I misremembering this?
I think so.
Because I didn't know any of their music when I went to see them. I didn't know it. My friend Mike, who reminds me a lot of you,
Yeah.
loves that kind of music, and he's like, we gotta go see Machine Head. And I was like, I'll go with you because you're my best friend,
Yeah.
and I'll go see any concert because it was awesome. And it was Amos's, which hold like 1,200 people. It was a small little rock club. It was,
for Machine Head, that's
yes,
gonna be loud.
it was insane.
Machine fucking
we were
Head.
in the Machine fuck. I'll
Yeah.
never Machine fucking Head. Machine
Yeah.
fucking Head. I'll never forget that. I just could have sworn somebody was in that band that was from another band.
I'm looking members: Rob Flynn, Jared, Matt Elston. What? No, I don't see any names. Chris. No, he's the drummer.
What?
No.
There was. Oh,
Are
I'm
you thinking of
such a
Down?
fucking moron. I'm such a fucking moron. I did see Machine Head, but I'm thinking of Hell Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the dudes from Mudvayne. It's Chad Gray and the drummer from Mudvayne.
Drummer from Pantera, Vinnie
From
Paul.
Pantera.
Vinnie
Oh,
Paul.
Okay.
R.I.P. Vinnie Paul.
Yes, rest in peace. God damn, that's a rough one. But no, I still did see Machine Head. I didn't like make that fucking story up, but that's what I was thinking of. That was in a different band.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
It was Hell Yeah.
Good
I
shit.
saw them at Amos's too. I had some fucking. I saw
saw-
some good. I saw Seven Dust.
I saw Seven Dust too. Yeah.
They're awesome.
I
They're
saw
from-
them with Korn.
Who did I see? They headlined.
Korn and
at
Breaking
Amos's.
Benjamin.
Ooh,
That was
that's
weird.
a weird show.
It was very weird.
I saw Breaking Benjamin at like Verizon Wireless, and it was with some other band that I was like, that doesn't make any sense. It might have been Stained.
I'm sorry.
I like Stained.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Aaron Lewis sometimes just get on my
I
nerves.
thought you would love Aaron Lewis.
Really?
I'm surprised you don't.
He's like all country and shit now. It's like fuck all.
Oh, now, yeah. But like back in the Stain days.
I love their music is surprisingly complex.
To be fair, I like you with Dream Theater. I have no idea outside of their like.
You can't listen to their
Popular
radio
ones.
shit. I mean, like
Yeah.
that's no way to judge any band.
That's very true.
I mean, they're not like in my top 15 or anything like
Okay.
that. But they were like there was a phase when I really really liked them. I do think the song "Right Here" is a really good fucking song. But I went through like I have found their first album is weird as fuck.
Stains.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not their first album that was like actually released. I forget the name of it because I think Mud Shovel is their like first technical
Yeah, that was like
album.
their first like big one.
But there's
yeah.
an album before that,
Okay.
and it's weird.
I'll check it out.
It's weird
see
as
if it's on
fuck. It
Spotify.
doesn't
I'll see
sound
it.
anything like what you think Stain would sound like. It's
Okay.
very fucking weird. Mike Mushak is a great guitar player.
Okay.
That motherfucker is lit.
Good.
All right, so what's your
My
what's your
number one. My number one.
we need to do a music podcast where we just talk
We'll do
music
it.
all day.
We'll
I
do
would
it.
fucking love to.
We'll do it. We
I
should
want
do
to
it.
bring back lower level podcasts so bad.
We should do it around the Daytona Metallica show since that'll be hopping around
Fucking
here.
Awesome.
It'll be hopping around here. So okay, number one, it is from Fallen Order, and it's very. And again, you and I had zero crossovers.
I'm very excited.
Zero
I'm happy.
crossovers. Cal is captured and becomes an Inquisitor. Trilla survives with Ciri and plays Cal's role. So
Damn.
Trilla is Cal. Cal is the Inquisitor
So
here.
just those two swap.
Those two swap, and Cal is an incredibly more powerful Inquisitor, and actually succeeds and kills Trilla.
Dang. I mean, we got hints of this with the thing that I didn't even know existed. The
The
DLC of
yeah.
him as an Inquisitor,
That's
which
so fucking
is
cool.
a fucking awesome outfit.
Yes.
It's the shit. It's so cool. That's a really good one.
I need a Black Series in that or a Vintage
You get your Black
Collection.
Series Cal, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I need a Cal
The
Inquisitor
Cal.
figure.
I'm sure that'll happen.
Yeah.
I just wait when because I know they're making Fallen Order too. It's like the worst kept secret in the industry.
They absolutely are making.
They're
it.
making it. It's going to come in the next year, which is going to be fucking awesome. That game did really well for them, I think.
it incredibly well.
And it was EA, right? Because they have the Star Wars license.
Yes.
They kind of restored people's faith in EA, I think, a little bit.
Was it?
I think it was, right? Doesn't EA have the exclusive license for Star Wars games?
They do, but why do I feel like it was Respawn? Yeah, it was published by EA. Developer was Respawn. I was
Yeah.
thinking of Respawn. Yeah, I was thinking of the developer because the actual developers I was more impressed with, but published
Yeah,
by
yeah,
EA. Yeah, EA.
I just wish they'd tweak a few of those mechanics, and you'd
Okay.
have a really fucking solid game. It's just inconsistent, and I hate inconsistency. Drives me fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
some of it's just video games. That's what you get with video games.
Yeah,
but
it's just
let's
what
see it
it is.
improve on that because the story's going to be fucking lit. We know
Just-
that.
My thing is just don't put that there.
Yeah.
Just don't put that there. Just don't put that thing that looks like a thing I can walk through, because I've walked through 1,000 things that were
1,000
smaller
of
than
them.
that.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me. Just put a fucking rock there so I can't get to it.
I swear to God, if anything happens to BD1 in the sequel, I will fucking shit the bed.
I told you I saw a guy dressed as Cal with a BD1
did.
thing. It was awesome. It wasn't
did.
quite full scale,
Okay.
but it was really cool.
Okay.
I want to. I'm betting you could probably get a BD1 off Etsy
I'm sure
for
I can.
$100,
I'm sure I can.
which would be fucking awesome.
That would be sweet. That'd be sick. Yeah.
Just a shoulder plush. I'm
A
surprised they haven't
shoulder-
done that yet with
What
Disney.
the hell?
Have a Chef Remy. Oh, and an orange bird. Why can't I get a fucking?
Disney has one Fallen Order merchandise, and it's a shirt that I almost wore tonight, but for whatever reason I changed into my straight out of the Jim Gaston one instead. I don't know why. Why?
You're excited about annual passes. That's why.
Yeah, maybe. And just like, why the fuck did I do that? Anyway, and I bought it off Shop Disney. It's Cal and BD1, just like a black and gray print. And I was shocked to find it on Shop Disney because you never see Fallen Order shit.
Yeah, I've
It's-
never
but
seen
it,
that.
it's like one of those custom ones where it takes 3 weeks to get to you because they have to like print it and actually put it
weird.
on the shirt. But it was from Shop Disney. It's authentic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that. I would love a Fallen Order shirt. I saw the other day before they removed it. They've had some. I think I texted to our group chat. The Vision shirt.
Oh yes.
Some Vision stuff is starting to come out.
Yeah, I
which
didn't
is
like it.
interesting. I didn't like Samurai Vader either.
Yeah, I didn't like Samurai Vader.
I don't need this.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm gonna inhale it because it's Star Wars, but I don't
might
need it.
not. I
No?
mean, I'm gonna watch the pod race episode,
Okay.
and if it really sucks, then I'm just gonna bow out.
Okay.
I'm not going to waste my time. I don't have a lot of time to watch shit. I'm not going to waste it on something that I'm
That's
not
true.
invested in. And if it's not canon anyway, if it was canon,
Yeah.
is it canon?
I don't know. See, I don't know that.
If it's canon, then I have to watch it because I have to be able to absorb all that and have that in. Because again, whether I like it or not, canon's canon. Bad
Agreed.
Batch is canon,
Bad Batch is canon.
unfortunately. So, you don't get to pick and choose what's canon based off your own likes.
That's
Cause,
true.
So if it is canon, then I have to watch it, and I really don't want to. That I don't know. Seeing that Potterson thing shit made me so excited, and then just knowing that it's going to be like some Astro Boy looking motherfucker playing a guitar.
He was a skater boy. He said, "See you later, boy."
Dude, it pissed me off. I was like, I've never been like, oh, fuck. Yeah, fuck. Damn it. Why are you doing this to
damn
me?
shit as hell shit.
But that was a fun show, man. I'm
Fucking
sorry I was a
fun
little
show.
hum at the beginning.
Hey,
But
it's okay.
I know, but it's just not good podcasting. I should have been able to fake it a little
But
more.
aren't no. You're real. That's what good podcasting is about. You're real. You're.
I'm really shocked I didn't
authentic.
cry. I'm starting to feel it again now that I've just brought it up again. But it's just, man, the part of it losing somebody sucks. It's just when you don't see it coming. Like
No.
my grandparents, we both saw it coming.
Yeah.
My grandfather died when I was like 4. He had a heart attack in his kitchen, died. I knew him very well, but I don't really remember. The only thing about that I remember walking through their house looking for him, not understanding what death is.
Yeah.
And then having it explained to me like he's gone. Like, when's he coming back? Like,
yeah.
I just didn't get it. I've never had a friend die unexpectedly, and it's weird.
I can't fucking imagine.
Like it's
Life is fickle. Life is weird, man.
especially with a good dude like Mike, man. It's fucking. I'm trying to come up with some stories. Like my favorite story. My favorite story that I think if I do tell a story on that storytelling show, the story I'm going to tell is a time that he wanted us to look more professional at the Comedy Zone. And so what he did was he made custom Comedy Zone shirts for everybody, but they were V-neck. And then when we got them, he's like, "All right, tuck your shirts in." I was like, "What?"
And
I was like, and I was like, "So you want us to tuck in a T-shirt into jeans?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm not doing that." And he's like, "Well, no, you're going to tuck your shirt in." I was like, "I'll quit." Like, I'm not going to look like a fucking dork walking around. Like, I was such a cunt back then, too. Me and him got into arguments all the time. Like I said, we became close when I wasn't there anymore. We got into arguments all the time about stupid shit like that. Because I was a comic. I also worked there, but I was a comic.
Yeah.
And, like, my whole thing was, like, the reason I'm a comic is so no one can tell me what the fuck to do. Like, he would give me advice, like, don't say that joke. I was like, fuck you, you're not a comedian. Not realizing that he had run comedy clubs forever and, like, might know what he's fucking talking about.
Yeah.
He was a good dude, man. I'm so fucking bummed he's gone.
Well, if that one Dream Theater song to bring in something we mentioned earlier, you'll meet again one day. No, I was gonna say you'll meet again one day soon, and then epic overtone.
I hope not soon.
Good point.
I don't want this shit to be soon.
Point retracted.
I'm having fun. I like this life.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere. No, it's just, it happens to all of us, man. Like, that's the weird shit about life is that you never know when. Like, I could have a fucking aneurysm right now and be done. You never fucking know.
Don't do that.
Like, it's just weird.
I
like,
still got 30 minutes to get home. At least wait until I get home.
it's just weird, man. Like, it's just weird to just know, like, I can't call the dude now. Like, it's just.
It's absolutely weird. Bad part of life, but we somehow prevail. Somehow.
The
We'll figure it
surprise
out.
is the weird. I always thought it would be like, my dad talks about this all the time. He's like, I would rather just die in my sleep and be done. I'm like, that's good for you. But like the people, like, especially now that I know it's like the people around you, that's not a good thing.
Right.
They're expecting you to like be somewhere. Like the guilt I have of like not answering that dude's last phone call to me ripped me apart last night.
I get it.
And I was like, if I had just answered the fucking phone, but like you don't know. You don't know that he's gonna.
No, you don't. Like, it's like
The cool thing is I have a voicemail now.
you save it. Yes.
That's like the positive of it. Is
My
that,
dad's
like, I can
got
save
some
it.
from my grandpa that he's like,
I'm gonna
save
play it.
There you go. That's how we should end the podcast.
It's from July 14th at 2 p.m. Ah, crap, hang on. You would switch, wouldn't you, you piece of shit?
I want to chat with you about the thing.
Okay, that's... Oh, what the fuck?
Bradley, Mike Hall, hey buddy, give me a call if you would. I want to chat with you about the things. 704-572-1452.
May the force be with you.
Always.